Just double
Okay,
checking.
welcome to, let me put chat on, to our collab. So far, nobody's on.
Uh, they'll come when they come.
Yeah. And meantime, I'm tired of working out of these bags. The bags come loose, drills come out. So
Mm-hmm.
today, I'm just going to kit the drills up.
Yep, I can understand that. That's kind of why I did. I have mine in this little contraption. I bought this contraption a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
See this little thing right here?
Hmm.
I bought that spotlight a long time ago. And I was like, I have these extra now. This part were singles, like you buy them over at like a Dollar Tree or something,
Uh-huh.
and you can put all these into this little contraption to make a nice little case.
And I kit up different. I don't use those labels because they're
Nope.
so hard to get off.
Yep.
So I use masking tape.
Good idea.
See here, now this has been on there a long time, and all I gotta do is take my nail. Well, let me get rid of you. And boop boop, it's off. And I
Awesome.
had diamond paintings that I got like 12 diamond paintings or more that I started
Mhm.
and I didn't like them, and I said, "Oh, I'll do them later." And so I just went through and I got rid of all the ones I just didn't like doing
Yeah.
because I said I'll never get done. So let
Yep.
me go through this side of what ones I really started that I really want to keep and the ones I don't. Because Sunday's a day that I take a diamond painting that I've been working on previously and put away.
Right.
I'll drag it out and work on it some more.
Yeah. Well, during Hanukkah, I'll be working on a diamond painting.
You will.
Mhm.
That'll be interesting.
It's going to be a menorah,
Okay.
and it's called Hanukkah's Blessings, and I'll be actually working on that during December.
Oh, cool.
Because I really feel I need to keep Hanukkah in my life. Hanukkah is the festival of dedication. It's only a 7 plus 1. It's 8 days.
I think I upset the community.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Well, when we were talking about lives and me saying, hey, they're going to overlap because there's just too many.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Angel.
Hi, Angel.
And
Actually, it's hi, Palmy. Hi, Rachel.
they, I don't know, I just have a feeling, and I have a feeling that what I was talking to you about before, why she might have been upset and decided to be sarcastic. I just don't. I'm not going to argue with anybody. You know,
No.
they put like that. There's a little button on any YouTube live or something you can press, and it'll give you a choice like report, da da da. You can mute that person. They
Yeah.
they can't see your comments. They can't tell if you're in the room. The only
Yeah.
time you can't is if they're a moderator.
I think I've got all the W's. Just double checking. Because W's is 159. I think I use 159 on this.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't.
just double checking.
That's cool, Angel, but I don't cross stitch. I have dexterity problems. I can't do real nice things, so I have trouble getting that thread through that little hole. I mean,
Yeah, I
most of
know
my
that feeling.
clothes
I know
are
that
not
feeling. I've
buttoned.
never done cross stitch, so I don't know exactly how to. So, yeah.
Like buttons. I won't
Mhm.
buy shirts that have little tiny buttons because I'll have a hard time buttoning them.
Yeah.
My late
There.
husband asked me to button one of his shirts. I had a heck of a time. I did it, but I had a heck of a time. He goes, "Why are you having so much trouble with these buttons?" I says, "Because they're little, and it's
Mhm.
hard for me to." I remember going to school. They would drag me out of school to go have tests, stick these trobs all over my head.
Palmy, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how many people come.
They may
It's
get
up to
mad at me,
them.
Angel, because I made it known that people don't own lives. And people can go live when they want to. But
Um,
speaking of lives, the best thing to do, if possible, is to go live when you don't see anybody else going live.
mhm.
However, I'm subscribed to 88 people, believe it or not. Most small channels. And, you know, the, the bigger YouTubers, they go, I'm sorry if this makes them mad, but they go on their time. They have it set. I get that. But they'll do a pop up live regardless of any other channel being on. I've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, so have I.
So they have no right to talk about stepping on their toes when they step on other people's toes.
Exactly.
And I know Shay, one time we were talking, I noticed she watched the replay and she put something down. Oh, thanks for teaching or something like that. I said, uh huh. So it's probably over the internet. I'm going to do a video and next day or two for advice for like new creators. Do you really
Yeah.
want? And I'm going to explain. Hey, there's 88 or more already in the type community. So do you really want to do this? Because this is how it is. This is my observation
Mhm.
being a creator. Okay. And
Yeah.
uh, one of the subjects I'm going to talk about is bullying, trolls coming in and saying stuff, and how creators, creators need to have a tough skin because you got those stupid trolls. They go to a video just to try to aggravate you.
Oh, I know. I know. The thing
I've
is,
heard,
I don't really let them bug me. I don't really listen to them.
well, you know what? I went to somebody, who was it? I think it was Diamond Painting by Grace. She put up a regular like unboxing or something.
Mhm.
I was really the first one. The person before me didn't comment, had those little funny numbers. Obvious
Mhm.
it's a troll. I did her a favor. I pressed report, spam, boom. They removed it. At least where I couldn't see it. Because I see that all the time. And if I see that on somebody's channel and I'm like that, it's obvious it's a troll. You know,
Yeah.
where they had those little numbers,
Yeah.
it's a troll. Don't click on them.
No. Well,
Whatever you
there's
do,
this
don't
one
click on
person. There was this one person on my channel, not on my channel, but they said, "Oh, I want that," or something like that. "Oh, I love that," or something like that. But the problem was when they put something up, um, they put up uh, pornography information. I pretty much just yeah. I pretty much just said, that's not going to go on my channel. That's not what my subscribers will see on my thing. So
it. Exactly.
I
And,
blocked them. I
big
deleted them, and I
YouTubers,
said, "There's
they've
no way
got
this is
very
going to be seen."
possessive. It's
What?
like they don't want small channels to go live. Gone were the days where they support small channels and stuff. It's getting ridiculous. Now, though, she's gonna have surgery. Um, the ones I seen be really nice to small channels like Jeremy,
Mhm.
Miss Coffee.
Mhm.
She put out a video one time talking about small creators.
Yeah.
And in that video, she kind of gave small creators credit, saying basically, oh, you are a part of the community. You know,
Right.
there's not, Jeremy goes live on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And I've noticed, and I ain't going to say names, it's trying to move into that spot. She's now doing it. And I see trouble because when Jeremy go live on his uh, normal time, she's going to be on, and I have a feeling there's going to be problems.
Well, what I think will happen is he's been slowly pulling away. I can see it in what
Yeah.
he's been saying.
That's another thing I talk about is in that video is burnout.
Yeah.
Because it's
He
like that's one of the things I'm going to mention. Like I'm going to talk about big YouTubers. They have a live, and some of the headaches in there. They go live at a certain time, and they have a habit of burning themselves out. I have seen more than one channel go away,
mhm.
more than one, and one big one went away. And I ain't seen her. I finally just unsubscribed from her, not beat cancer or something.
Yeah.
She just stopped. She
Either
um
she
maybe there probably is. There may be another live going on. See, this is my issue, and what I'm saying. All the spots, especially on weekends, are taken. People are. It's like they're booked up.
mhm.
Well, I got a right to go live on Saturday. I got a right to go live on Sunday if I want,
Yep.
and if I can do it at any time without stepping on toes,
Yep.
I will. But if I can't find a
Well, I've
time because there's no time available, sorry, I'm going on.
I've noticed one thing. I go on my live. I always go on my live on when I'm doing my whipping chats with my husband. Now, my husband is now a commentator, guys. So
Yeah.
he's in there. He's doing his bit. I've noticed that there's like a big YouTube channel
Let me, you
that
know what?
just
I'll be right back. I'm going to get my phone, turn to YouTube to see if anybody else is live.
well, Jeff, not Jeff. Palmy said that there is a 24-hour Zoom going on for cross stitching.
There is?
That's what she said.
I didn't hear about it and I didn't see it on YouTube.
She's not on YouTube. It's on Zoom.
Oh,
That's another thing. They use Zoom to, they do other things.
well, that's fine.
That's fine. That's up to them. I'm not complaining. I'm not going to worry about it. Like I said,
Yeah, you
I
know who's on?
who?
Shay.
Yeah.
Did she go on at this time?
I didn't know.
That's where they're all at.
It's okay.
Yeah,
There's people.
that's my thing. Why are these big channels so worried about a small channels going live?
It doesn't matter.
It's like they're threatened because people could go to the live. If
Oh,
they're all there, more power
you
to them.
just heard about it? Okay, thank you for letting me know. Um Palmy was telling me that she's not part of it. She's not a part of it. She just heard about it. About the one on Zoom. You see, the thing is I don't know how to cross stitch. Just
Yeah,
don't.
neither do I. It's not
I
that
don't.
no, it's not that I don't know how to cross stitch. I can't get the thread and the needle. It's not possible. It's not happening. If I could, I would cross stitch. But that's the thing that I'm sub heavy. I'll sub to anybody. Most of my channels I'm sub to are small channels. And yeah, I can't watch 88 videos.
No.
It's impossible. So
Yep.
I'll go on with descriptions. If somebody's doing a floss video and stitch video, I probably won't watch it because that's not what I'm interested in.
Mhm.
So I can pick and choose. Tina says, "Where you been, Linda?" I says, "I've been around. I'm just supporting some of the more smaller channels like myself."
Yeah.
That's why I started my group, but it's not
Mhm.
to bash. But they probably won't like it because I will encourage them to go live. But the problem is YouTube. A lot of them use their phones. So unless you are a big creator, you can't use your phone to go live. You have to have a computer to go live. Like I could not go live on my phone if I wanted to. There's no way.
Well, the thing is,
Thank you,
I don't
Tommy.
have a phone. I don't have a phone myself, so I just go live on my computer. I have no problem with it.
Right, but a lot of people use their phone to film and stuff. They the big creators they can go live on their phone. This is YouTube rules, but smaller if you're under 1,000, you can't.
They're changing some rules from what I overheard from someone on a different YouTube that I was on. I'm in a collab. Remember, I told you I was in a collab with trying to think who I was with, uh, Koala Crafts,
Uh-huh.
and I'm finding out they're doing something new, like 1 minute shorts or something now. I'm not sure where you can actually go live for 1 minute, I
Well,
guess.
what good is that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
But see, when I go to schedule, because I am going to start going, I don't think I'll step on anybody's toes because I really can't use the kitchen to go live because I found out the last time I did, they were telling me I had echoes.
Yeah.
So I have to do it outside. And so it has to be during the day. I was thinking, um, like Shay, Crafty Shay, she says Friday night. It must be nighttime at her where she is. See, that's the other problem. It's hard to schedule because it's 2:30 here, but it's nighttime where she's at.
Oh, where is she at?
I don't know. I think
Because
Texas.
I'm over in Australia and it is 7:46 a.m. here.
Yeah, it's 2:30 here. I think she's in Texas.
Well, in Texas it's 2, so let's see. If it's 2:30, it's probably 4:30 over there. Cuz
792. There. And it's already that color. I can toss that.
if you want to toss it, send them to me. I'll keep
No,
them.
the
I'll use them in
bag.
my resin. What?
No, the bag. See, I put them in here. Now I can stick it in here. But when I get finished with this Harbor Freight, it's
Yeah.
going in the trash. I don't like them.
Oh,
No.
I have a Harbor Freight. I've made my own sort of holder. Um like I said, I bought this a while ago. I can't remember where. I think I bought it over at Spotlight, and I bought I bought this little thing, and I've been using. I use anything and everything I can find as a something to use for my drills, because
Yeah.
I have so many diamond paintings that I have to have, you know, and I'm not going to put everything in a, you know what I mean. I'm just not going to open every single one of them and then redo them, you know. So what I decided is I'll put them. If I'm not ready for them, I put them back in its little shelter, whatever they're called, you know, the little box or little tube that they came from, and say I'll do them later. And that's my goal.
And I find people, even if they don't come in our live, they'll come watch it after.
That's exactly what I was saying. Let's not worry too much about who's coming and who's not here and all that. What I care about is we have a wonderful conversation, we spend time with each other, and we have one person. Least one person comes. Lots of times Audie will come in if she comes on. Um yesterday yesterday I had fun. Animal Crossing, and I'm getting caught up on my months because there's a big update coming.
Yeah, I don't do that because if I have to pay for it for a membership, forget it.
Yeah,
And
I understand, but there's a big update coming, and I'm so excited. Oh my word, I'm so excited.
the
But
games that the games that I have on my phone, like Coin Master, you get
mhm,
50 free spins. I'd play my 50 free spins, and with Coin Master, most of the time I win spins, so I end up with 100. When I use them up, I go to another
mhm,
game,
yep,
and then I got a solitaire, and you play for coins, and you build a aquarium,
yep,
and I'll be glad when the first comes. I am going to have to buy a whole new 5 gallon tank because I can't find the cord that goes to the light of my. I have two bettas, right? I got one in my community tank. I got one. The it. I don't know if it's male or female yet. It's only this big.
mhm.
Okay.
Is it the one that is pink?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't tell. I mean, it
I
looks
can't
like it
tell if
might
it's.
be a
I.
female, but
That's what I'm thinking.
the
And
thing is, she's an albino.
is that what they call them?
She's if she has pink eyes, she's an albino.
I haven't paid attention to her eyes.
I have.
Okay, that's cool. The blue one, if it had been for me, I wouldn't have got the blue one. I wanted,
Yeah.
but my boyfriend, he wanted a blue one. So I
Mm.
promised him I'd get a blue one.
Well, I have a blue one, and his name, like I said, is Kira Cahell, and he's doing so well. You don't realize how well he's doing. He's doing so well.
Is it?
Last night I was a little worried about the tank because it went up to 83 Celsius, not 83 Celsius, 83
Okay, can I
Fahrenheit.
tell you what you could do? You got a thermometer in your tank?
Yes, I do.
Okay, if it gets over 80 and it starts to get too hot, get a bag, put some ice in it,
Mhm.
and then put it in the tank to float to cool it down.
Well, they said as long as it doesn't go over 85 is what I've
No,
seen
85
on.
is too hot. If my tank
Yeah.
gets 85, I'm putting ice in it.
Yeah.
See, I had this one heater. I had it set at 78, but it wouldn't stop, and my tank was getting like towards the 90. I had to go buy ice, put it in a bag, and stick a couple bags of ice to cool the water down before I lost fish. I threw it away. I got a preset temperature, which is in my community tank. So my other one, he's in a tank with no heater right now. So I'm waiting for the first. And like I said, I can't find the core of the light, and I can't find light that's going to fit the Ovaltine shape of that tank.
Mhm.
And when I did, the time I buy all that, I might as well buy a brand new 5 gallon starter up kit because it's just the same price. So he's going to get a new cage, which means I got to buy bacteria because I don't want to cycle it and stuff. But I'm debating. Gravel. The food goes down in it because Saturday I do. I don't do both takes the same day. It's just too much. Yesterday
Yeah.
was a community take. It's 10 gallons to clean that the thing. I end up using half the water in the tank because of food. I says, Bob, guppies are notorious for always being hungry. Once a day is plenty for them. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, though, you know what? I lost my algae eater.
Oh no.
I had a little hut that was in there. It had a little small hole.
Mhm.
Apparently, he went in there and tried to go through that hole. He would. I woke up in the morning. Just half of him was out, half of him was in. I got him out, but I think there were some internal injuries because he just went on the bottom of the tank and died.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
You know where that thing went? In the trash.
Yeah, I have I told you about making we bought a castle from the pet shop store,
Yeah.
and my fish, my Caracal was getting caught in there. Like he was actually getting stuck in there. When I saw that, I was like, he's not coming out. I'm like, okay, I have to get this out. I have to get it out now. So I got it out. It saved my fish, number one, when I did that. Number two, he I've tried to put in a a coffee cup that was completely clean, never used.
Uh huh.
Do you think he would go in there?
You
No.
got to be careful because the stuff that they use
Mhm.
could be toxic to them. And I'm gonna do it. Um, I don't know if you got uh Home Depot or anything like that.
No, we have what you call Bunnings over here.
Well, go to
Bunnings.
any hardware store or garden shop, and you know those like those clay pots you put plants in.
Yeah.
Get one of those that ceramic that does not have a hole in it. In fact, I'm gonna go up to the 99-cent store and buy one of their things to stick in there because I am not gonna
Well,
risk.
actually, I made something special for him. You know this thing right here? I didn't make it like this, but I made one that was out of what you call food grade resin, and I have food grade resin here. This is not food grade. The one I have in the fish tank is food grade. But I use this thing right here. I have it leaning like this against the thing so he can go under and swim past it, whatever he wants to do. And another mold I used was just to get the roundy part. You know what I mean when I say roundy part?
You oughta,
Like
you know what you oughta do
what?
is make little fish huts with no holes.
Okay.
Because I would buy it off of you. I just have to send you a money order.
Yeah, that would be good. Fish pet with no holes. I'm trying to think what I could make that is with no holes.
You know, they're kind of round like a cup.
You mean kind of like one of oh, I don't have it in here. My husband can bring it.
You know, it's like
Je-
a cup. Either if you could lay it on its side or put it on
yeah.
top with a
Jeffrey,
entrance
can you come here for a second, babe?
entrance way, but on the top no hole.
Yeah, I know what one you're talking about. Well, mine actually likes going through a loop or a hoop. He loves going through a hoop. Don't ask me why. Up on the refrigerator is a roundy thing, you know, the one that's the golden one. Yeah, thank you. And I can make it not fish grade. Well, actually, it's food grade. Food grade is good for fish. So I actually have food grade resin. Okay. So I have this one right here. All I have to do is open this. Something like that.
Uh, I don't know. Let me see the sides of it. Not too small where the guppies would get stuck in it.
They wouldn't get stuck in it, no. Or I could make it longer because
Yeah,
it's
a
big
little bit
on the outside.
longer, and the hole. Um, yeah, that would work if I could set it on its side.
Yeah, I have it on its side so you can get an idea.
Yeah,
Because what I did was
I could
now
tell
you
us
see
what
the
color.
back of this? You see the back of this? This was completely taken off for my fish, there's a reason. He doesn't like to go after he got stuck in that castle. He's like, never again.
They're not
So
sweet.
I had to take the back end off of this,
Uh-huh.
and then he just swims right through, like whenever he wants. But yeah, I can easily make one.
Yeah, I
They're
don't care what
easy.
color.
Okay, cool. I'll make it
You.
and
I mean, I can't
yeah.
do it till December
Oh, no problem.
because I got to get.
I'm trying to get my website up going anyways. So my husband and I've been talking to a couple people like my something my stained glass. I talked to him a little bit, and he's from England or
Mhm.
Great Britain or Kiss My Stained Glass.
That allergy fish I had, he he was kind of a character because I put the allergy fish. Who knew that guppies like allergy thing? But they do. And so here goes this guppy to go eat it, and they're eating together. And I guess he decided, no, you're not. Kind of chase the guppy away.
It's the same way with our catfish. Now
But you know
Kira,
what? I saw on eBay the exact kind of one I had, only it's a
mhm.
gold color. It's not the
Ooh,
red
that
color.
would be pretty.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it if he's still available.
Yeah,
And like
I
I said,
have.
I threw that dang thing away.
Well, one thing I got here is we have what you call a corridora. Now the corridora and Kira Kahel get along pretty well most of the time.
Yeah.
But ever since the water has been warmed for Kira Kahel, he's been a little bit picky on the corridora pepper.
That gets
And
too
it's like,
hot. I keep ice in my freezer for exactly that purpose. Hey, what's her name? Riv. Hi. He
"Hi,
says,
Rick. Hi, how are you doing?"
not bad, you.
"Doing really good."
Yeah, that's Bob.
And you've met Jeff.
Yeah.
He's a good man. He treats me so well.
So yeah,
Um,
like I said, I'm gonna be watching YouTube
mhm.
a little bit more, see who's going live, what time they're going live, so I can decide what time I'm going live.
Yeah, well,
Because
we
if I
try
can
and
do it
do.
without stepping on somebody's toes, I will.
Yeah. And I understand that because I really don't want to step on anyone's toes.
But
Now, like I said,
if I
I'll give
can't,
you an
I will.
example. Mindy is like reading books. Well, that's not really diamond art diamond art stuff
Right,
unless
but
she's
people will
actually
go.
working on diamond
Yeah,
art.
but she's still in the community, even if it's books. She's still going live. And if you watch her books things, people in there are there because they support her,
Mhm.
and they're gonna go in there to talk. It's not so much that they care about the book. So yeah, I'll even look at that and stuff. Um, because I'm gonna start going live. You cannot go just do videos and think you're gonna get 1,000 people. It just doesn't work that way.
No. I've been on YouTube for about, if I'm correct, I've been on YouTube for about a year and 3 months, if I'm correct.
Mhm.
I started in February, I believe. February last in 2020,
Well,
and
yeah.
February came and gone. I never told anybody I reached my 1 year or whatever. You see, I'm not one that makes a big deal. Seriously, I never do.
But it is a big deal.
It is a big deal, but I don't get as many, I don't have as many followers and everything. The only ones that care is like Audie or those who have actually stayed there for me through thick and thin. Audie has been there 100%. And Not sure why she's not on right now, but that's she'll probably
She
do a
might be in
replay.
Shay's live,
Ah, that explains. That explains it.
you know. And like I went into somebody's live. They were talking about
Mhm.
food and recipes. Well, Bob is cooking my thing. Cooking to me is anything I can throw in the oven. It's the least effort. I am not domesticated. And I'm proud I'm not domesticated. I'm no man. And let me tell you something. All my life, men have tried to make me domesticated.
Okay.
I mean, my first husband, he learned real quick. I go to do laundry. His clothes are on the freaking floor. I gathered up. I went, got the dirty clothes. I left his
Right.
stuff right on there in the floor.
Mhm.
And he said he complained he didn't have any clean clothes. He goes, "Didn't you do laundry?" I said, "Yeah." "Did you put your clothes in the dirty hamper?" "Well, no." I says, "Well, then that's why they didn't get washed." You know what? He put his clothes in the dirty hamper. And I used to make his lunch, packed lunch for him for work.
Mhm.
He complained about the way I made the sandwich. So I looked at him and says, "If you don't like the way I make your sandwiches and your lunch, make it yourself." And I stopped. He learned real quick. He better not complain about the food I cook unless he wants to cook it himself.
Mhm. I tend to agree. My husband's the best cook in my life. He actually is. He was taught by some chefs.
Oh, honey, he's better hang on to him. He's worth his weight in gold. I hear
Yeah.
these women talk about their husbands cooking for them, that cooks the dinner. I
Mhm.
said, "Yeah, pass him over. I ain't
Yeah,
met a
my
man
husband
yet."
my husband is my husband is very because of the fact that he was taught by a chef. He was actually taught by I think he told me 3 chefs.
Well, let me tell you something about men. Single, they wash their own clothes, they cook their own dinner, they do all that. They get married or get a girlfriend, all of a sudden they don't know how to cook, they don't know how to wash their
No,
clothes.
no, my husband does the clothes washing. I do know how to wash clothes, but he does the clothes washing.
Honey,
I can't
yeah.
stand vacuuming, so he does the vacuuming. Although we do have a Roomba. We do have a Roomba. The Roomba always gets stuck underneath our bed. So, yeah. And we've been looking all over for our what is it called? Trying to think here. We are looking all over for the vacuum cleaner that we got from my father-in-law.
Mhm.
Since I moved, we've kind of misplaced a few things because of the big move. We had to move. It wasn't that we wanted to move, it was more like we had to move. Um, and we misplaced the vacuum cleaner. We found the other vacuum cleaner, but it's no good. So, I've been using the Roomba in our bedroom, but the thing is, the Roomba gets stuck underneath our bed. So it doesn't really do any good, does it? Mm-mm.
Well,
Not when it's
I tell you what, what, when I was with my kid's daddy, um, what company? Kirby had it thing. If you let him come out and do a little demonstration, no obligation to buy, you got a nice set of steak knives. So I said, okay, let's just get the steak knives, but don't buy the product. He comes over and he's demonstrating it. He gets done, and I says, "Well, thank you very much, but I think we'll just gonna have to wait on that a while."
yeah.
This is coming out of my mouth, coming out of his mouth. Yeah, how we do the paperwork for it. So the next thing, I got the stupid Kirby, and I hate them. At that time, there were these big suckers. They're good. I mean, and it was a chore to try to put different attachments on it. I always liked the electric lux. When I had birds, I had the electric lux because birds will fling their seed across the room. So how
Yep.
I would have it set up is I would go by this, uh, usually at auto shop, or I go to Walmart and they're on the big reel and it's clear plastic, thick plastic.
Yeah.
I would buy enough. The cage would go on top of that. It would come out. That would catch most of it and save the floor from bird poop and
Well, what I plan on doing is when we get our cockatiel, I plan on putting a tarp on the floor
yeah,
right around where I'm
exactly,
going to be putting
exactly.
him.
Because those try to sell you those things you connect to the cages around, they don't work.
No, they don't. One
Have you
thing
ever had a
will
bird
work is
before?
if you put it up high enough. If you put it up high enough, but around it, not
Mhm.
on the just on the bottom, but actually up
Can I
high
ask you a
enough.
question? Can I ask you a
Sure.
question? You ever had birds before?
Yeah, I told you I had a cockatiel and I've had a budgie.
Okay, so that would say if you're a first time bird owner, the cockatiel is the way to go.
Oh, I know.
And I'll
I
tell you
love
what,
cockatiels.
one thing, they're much more mellow than the parakeet.
Oh, I know.
And they're much more hardier.
But
You
the
know,
only
I see
problem
people go get a
is
parakeet and they put it in a cage and they put it right next to a window, right next to their draft, and then they wonder why the bird gets sick.
yeah.
Parakeets are
What?
very fragile birds, and I tell people really, parakeets are for the experienced bird person because they are fragile little birds.
Yeah, they are.
They can
We
be
had.
noisy little birds. The first bird I ever had was a parakeet. I could tell you they come from Australia.
Yep.
A scientist by the name of Dr. Gould, Gould, way back when, he's the one that discovered that they were actually there. And he brought a pair back, and their natural color is green. And at that time, when he brought them back and he started breeding them, they were going for $500-600 in England. Well, now you can
Yeah.
get it for $25. But last year, see, all my birds, except for my African gray, came to me untamed.
Yes.
There is not a bird that I can't tame. I was a member of Hookville Hobbyists of San Diego.
Yep.
Okay, it was not for profit group, officially a not for profit group. I started as librarian, went to newspaper, and then I was actually on the board as secretary.
Right.
Okay, and the club would own birds, and how that worked. The birds were actually in a member's home, right?
Mhm.
They bred. If it had two babies, they got one. One went to the club. If it had one baby, that baby automatically went to the club. The next time they bred, it went to the guy. But that ended up trouble. They had these guys, what you gonna like, in the club, and they had the pair of macaws, and they kept lying to the club, saying, "Oh well, they're not breeding. They're not breeding." Well, that was a lie. They were breeding them instead, doing like the agreement contract he signed. He was keeping all the babies and selling them. And when the club found it, ended up in court. The whole thing
Mhm.
ended up in court. Hookville Hobbyists won. The Hookville Hobbyist says, he did take care of it. At this point, we don't want the birds even back because he hasn't took care of them. They're not in the same quality that we gave them. And so the judge let them keep the birds, but they had to pay the value of the birds, what they
Mhm.
were at the time he got them to the club. Well, they never did, and they never retook him to the court. But so occasionally, somebody will call Hookville hobbyists up because they got a bird they don't want.
Right.
Hookville will take the bird. And they had like raffles. And sometimes they're like the cockatiels, they'd just be put on the raffle table. But if it was one of those most expensive birds, it was members only raffle.
Right.
Okay. And I won one of the birds. And my friend says, "Oh, it's on tame. You'll never get it tamed." I says, "Bet me. Bet me. I will get that bird tamed." Within 3 months, I had that bird tamed. I ended up selling it to somebody at work. And they says, "Oh, yeah, it gets very excited when her daughter comes home from school and what have you." I says, "Well, you got to let it bite your dog." That's what my friend did. She had macaws, but she also had a C9 dog. So the first thing
Mhm.
she did was let the bird, this macaw out. That bird would bite that dog one time, dang time. And you know what? The dog learned and left the bird alone.
Yep.
As much as I love my dog, because it was from her birthday, and he says, boss says, "Let me talk to the landlord. Maybe we can get a cockatoo." I says, "No." He goes, "Why?" I says, "Because I can never take it out of that cage because of our dog. She was not raised with birds. It would become an issue. I'd have to lock." Bob, I'm trying to do. My knees. Thank you. He does this on purpose. I says, the thing is, I'd have to lock Bridget in the bathroom, or I'd have to lock her outside when I had my bird out. It just don't work. Then I mentioned
Mhm.
aquarium, and I love my aquariums. Don't get me wrong, but doing a fish tank is a lot more work than owning a
Oh,
damn bird.
yeah, aquariums are pretty strong. Basically for me, you have to clean the aquarium, I would say once every 2 weeks. That's what
No,
I've
I do it
studied.
every week. I do it every week.
I do it once every 2 weeks. I never
Well,
go
I
past the
overfeed.
2-week one, because if I go past the 2-week one, then it goes green, and I don't like that. So I have to change the aquarium this week because it's been 2 weeks, so I have to change it this week.
Well, my problem is I have a tendency, and I know it, because he bugs me about feeding them. I said they're always going to act hungry. But there's this YouTuber called uh, Father Fish, and he would say a
Mhm.
hungry fish is a healthy fish. People overfeed their fish. They don't need to eat twice a day. He only feeds his fish every other day.
Yeah, and I only feed my fish maybe only 2 times a day, but it's and sometimes I don't even feed him for uh, I'll go every other day because
Yeah,
I know how my
I'm gonna
fish
start dealing
acts.
with these fish because I'm practically having to do a whole tank every time I do it. I can't go
Mhm.
past a week, and this has got to stop. And so, like I fed them today, I just put a tiny pinch in there, and that's all they're getting. I won't feed them tomorrow. I'll, I'll feed them Tuesday,
Yeah.
and I'm waiting for that damn Molly to have babies. And I know they're eating because um, I had some baby guppies.
Mhm.
I managed to get three of them to feed my other betta. They ate all the rest, and a guppy don't just give birth to three babies.
No.
And there was two others, and I was gonna leave them there. Sure enough, they're gone.
Well, we know that the mollies are eating them.
That's okay because I want them to have food too. I'm not gonna have an overpopulation. Now I'm waiting on the Molly because I want to save a couple of those babies for the tank. See, I gotta look when the guy sent me the guppies that I bought him of. I gave him a
Mhm.
very good review because he actually stuck because he knew that I wanted more females than I to male, and he was willing to do that for one. Two, he sent extra fish, and one is it's little, but it's too big for them to eat it. And he's a tough little guy because he don't care if they go to pick on it. He picks back. He
Yep.
picks back. But that betta in there is super mild. He wants me to put that ground betta in there, and I said I'm not going to do that. He wants me to
You,
get some snails. I had that Naira. I got rid of it. No personality. I got to get some mystery snails. My last one I had, it would go surfing where the filter was in the water. You see him float going surfing. He had much more of a personality. He moved around much more. He but you see the thing why I don't want to get them. You got to you can't just rely on food. You got to get they got to have vegetables and stuff. And I would put a
Yeah.
green bean in there, and they go after it.
Well, with my Kirikahel, he left the snails alone, but the snails seemed to like hiding on me, and I had no clue where they went. One time, so I was cleaning, how I clean the fish tank, and I find the snail hidden in the fish tank. The when you change the filter, you have to clean the filter, of course. And right there is the snail, right in the filter area. And I'm like, what in the world are you doing there? And there's like about three of them or four of them I find in there. Well, I decided I was going to put the snail somewhere else because I don't want them in the fish tank all the time. I only want one, not a whole lot. So I was like, okay, we're going to move you into another area. And if a snail dies, then I can move it out and everything's good. Well, didn't work. I had around 7 of them. They up and died, all of them, because I didn't put them in with the fish. I took them away from the fish area because I didn't want a whole lot of snails in there.
Yeah, the one that my better that died.
Yeah.
I tried him with other states. He'd go after him. The only thing he liked, I could put anything vertebrae in there, like snails or stuff. He didn't mind them. In fact, he had a buddy, and one time he used to like to sleep next. The reason I switched to a sponge is because I was catching him near the filter because he liked to sleep, and I didn't want him to get caught in there. He likes the filter. He liked the filter, and he would sleep this way, right next to the snail.
So
Him and that
cute.
snail, they were buddies. They'd be, a lot of times they were just together. But yeah, I got rid of the clams that I had. I got rid of them, and they didn't survive. And I posted it on a group, and somebody told me, says, "Well, yeah, they're hard to keep. They'll raise your pH, and to get them to thrive, you're gonna have to have a dirty tank." Well, I don't want
Yeah.
a dirty tank just to keep clams that you don't see because they buried. I mean, when I got them and I put them in the tank, within 2 seconds, they were buried. I had to get them, do a complete change, take the gravel in my hand in order to find them.
Mhm.
I won't do clams.
Nope.
I just thought, oh, it'll be neat. They'll eat all that food down below. Well, if you got
I
a clean tank, they don't survive.
I got one of those moss balls. I got one of those moss balls. The ones that they're talking about,
I can't
Maremo
put any
balls.
green. You know what? I like to put live plants in my 5 gallon. I want in my 10 gallon. I had some in there. Looked real pretty. They're gone. You know why? My guppies ate it. They ate my plants.
Oh no.
Totally ate them. So they got artificial. I'm not going to waste money on plants to put it in there if they're going to eat it.
Well, it's the same with mine. They actually died in there. Well, at the time, I think it was because the water was too cold. Now it's
Well,
at
no, it could be
reasonable.
something else. See, people think you can't just put plants in there. They got to get
Mhm.
their own nutrients. You got to. They come. You get them on that Amazon. They're called root tabs, and you put them in there on a monthly basis. And what it is it's a nutrient for the plant, and that's what I did. So the plants were surviving great,
But the
but
guppies
they
ate
were
them.
eating them. So I
Well, when
will
I
probably put live plant in with the blue one eventually,
yeah,
but not in the other one.
yeah, I can understand that.
Because really, um, Chinese fighting fish, they like a lot of greenery. But because of their fins, there's not a lot of stuff that you can buy for an aquarium that's not pointy. You got to get silk aquarium plants, and
Well,
you
what
and I
I'm
think what
thinking.
happened to him is I bought this like bark that had a plant on it. Well,
Mhm.
one, they ate the plant. The plant died because there was no way to get nutrients, and I believe he got caught on that. And when he pulled, it yanked out all his fins. We only had two on the side, and I thought maybe he would survive because he was swimming, he was eating, and then he stopped eating. And somebody says, "Oh, try this, try that." I put it in there, and he just stopped eating. And so then I ordered clover oil. I says, I have to put him down. I can't let him suffer. Well, I ordered it off of Walmart. I contacted him. I says, where is it? Oh, he says, give it a few days. I forgot about it. It arrived the other day. I'm keeping it because if I ever have to put a fish, I don't want to go through what I just did. Because if you have
Yeah.
to put a fish down, what you do is you get a bowl, they're existing water, you put them in it. You put 15 drops of the clover oil. And what that does, it kind of puts them to sleep, sedates them. And
Yeah.
once you see that it's sedated, then you pour something like 20 drops. You pour a bunch in and it kills them. And it's the most humane way. I'm not putting a fish in a freezer that takes a while to kill and it tortures them while they're dying. So the only way to do it is either that or smash them. And you got to smash them hard to kill them instantly. So the easiest way, and what I found on YouTube, was clover oil, pure clover oil. It can't be mixed. It's got to be pure.
Never knew that. I know of clove oil, like it's something for your teeth, but I've never heard of clover oil.
Yeah, you find it in the cosmetic department.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh, you know what I did the other day? I
What?
decided we were having bacon and eggs, and I had my flat pan, and I was cooking out of that, and I get done, and I'm taking. Oh, Bob, look, it blistered,
Can
and I
can I?
took it. I took it to put it towards the sink, and I felt
Mhm.
hot water on the hot oil that was in there went on
Mhm.
my foot. It burned my foot.
Oh no.
So I stuck it in hot water, and now it's blistery.
Oh no. That sounds like it hurt.
It did. It's hard to put. I just popped it.
Yeah.
It's hard to. I shouldn't have done that. It's raw off underneath it. And I tried ice, but it helped, but it was also stinging. So I took a pot and I put cold water in it, and I put my foot down.
Have you used Epsom salt? Maybe that might help clear
Here,
the
I'll show you. See it?
not yet. Let me see. Hold a second. I'll have to turn it to the restream because I can't see the other. Okay, why isn't it showing? Oh, there you are.
See what happened? Oh, that boy just.
Ouch!
Yeah.
Owie, 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 ow.
It did. It hurt for 2 hours.
Well, what I usually do is like if I had a blister on my foot, I'll actually put Epsom salt. I'll take
Yeah, you're not
water
really
with
supposed to
Epsom
pop
salt.
them.
Hmm?
You're not really supposed to pop them,
No,
but I
but
did.
use Epsom salt. It'll actually dissolve it. After you use it like 2 or 3 weeks, it'll actually dissolve the problem.
I just hope it doesn't scar. I don't think it burned too deep.
That just looks so painful.
It was. It don't hurt now. It just bothers me to put socks on.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm out here barefooted.
Hmm.
I need to throw that
Ouch.
pan away. That's the second time I spent oil on me using that damn pan.
I've uh I've never I'll tell you something. There was a time when I was actually a young, well, everyone's younger when they were a child, but when I was younger, my sister and I was doing washing dishes. And my sister, I told you she was born with cerebral palsy, but it doesn't matter on that. I think she did it purposely, but that's neither here nor there. She's she took boiling hot water from a kettle. You know what I'm talking about on the kettle.
Yeah.
One of those whistling kettles.
Yeah.
And she didn't wait until I pulled my hand out.
Oh dear.
And she,
And it,
if I
it went
remember
all
right,
over
it was
the.
this arm right here, and there's like a patch here still there after many years.
Yep.
And she poured hot boiling water on my um my arm.
Well, you see this hand here?
Yeah.
I was living in a little town called Mina, Nevada. Population 200 and something
Mhm.
in this apartment. And the person living there, I guess, didn't want to pay for electricity.
Yeah.
When I moved in, I should have called the electric company and said, hey, they rigged it up. Could you, I want the electricity turned on my name. Could you come unrig it up and hook me up? I
Yeah.
tried to do it myself. The thing they used was metal pliers. And I went to
Yeah.
do it, and I seen it was going to shock, and I yanked my hand away, and the electricity went across my hand, just like
Ouch.
this, and it burned my hand. So I went to the doctor, and he says, "Well," he wrapped it up, and he says, "It's hard to tell if you got nerve damage because it's pretty
Mhm.
deep." It didn't. So after that, I called the electric company, and I says, "Look, I didn't do this. This is when I moved in. It was like that. I kind of electrocuted myself trying to get it undone myself." They says, "No, no, no, and they sent somebody out. They got it safely off and hooked me up and undid what they did. But they told me, yeah, the people who did it, had they got caught, it could have been legal charges. That's why I says, well, I don't want to be blamed for this. I'll just undo it myself. Big mistake. It took weeks for that hand to heal. You know what? We've been now on here over an hour.
Yeah, about an hour and a half is what I usually go, but if you want to go
Okay,
for about an
no
hour,
problem.
that's fine.
Yeah, really.
Because
Yeah,
I
because
don't know how
everybody
long
on
you
this is
go,
tell
but I always
if
go
you're
for an
going
hour and a
live
half.
and if they message you about say, hey, you're going on my time, just say, hey, I'm very sorry if I overlapped you, but this is the time I've chose, and this is the time I'm going live. Thank you very much. That's it. But like I said,
I haven't been called on anything. This is one thing.
I have one time, and it was a long time ago. I was trying to get on the schedule or something, and they
Mhm.
go, oh, she says, it's full. I says, what do you mean it's full? She goes, it's full. There's no open spaces. So you're telling me I can't, because she goes, there's no open spaces, so you can't go live. I said, you're trying to tell me I can't go live? I said, you ain't putting me in no back corner, lady. I'll go live when I want to go live. Well, I don't care, but
Mhm.
some other people might get upset. I said, they can get upset. Nobody owns lives. And I've not been quiet about it. Even in lives when somebody put it in something about live, I says, hey, nobody owns lives. Nobody. People go
No.
where they want to go. Look, we're having a live. There's one person in here because everybody chose to go the other one. Great. No problem.
Mm-mm.
I've never seen her live at the same time as us. So maybe she has, and that's why we haven't had many people come in.
No, actually, she had a live the other day too. Same
Yeah.
time.
I saw one creator went live twice in one day.
Yeah. And they seem to be doing that quite a bit lately.
It's to keep the smaller channels out. That's all
It
that's.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't
No,
when I
I
go
fight
live, I
back.
go
I was raised, you fight back. You
live.
stand
Mhm.
up for yourself.
Yep.
And I have a bad habit. I'll stand up for somebody else. Just like when Sherry was getting picked on.
Mhm.
I put up a video. I lost subs because I chose to support her. And I didn't care. I don't, when I was in, it was junior high. I don't know what this friend did. It's been so many years. but another one was mad at her. Okay, so the whole class they decided they were going to side with her because they were followers, and they said something to me, and I says, "Look, you mad at her? That's between you two." I says, "I'm not going to." I says, "It's not my business. It's not your business. It's between those two, and I'm not choosing sides."
Nope.
I won't, even when I seen people argue and fight in the community, I want to take sides.
Mm-mm.
I
What
and I
I've learned is just leave it alone and let them deal with it themselves. Because seriously, they need it. If the person is too afraid to talk to another person, if the person is
yeah, but
too,
see, that's to me that's bullying. When you
yeah,
sit there and you put up a video calling somebody out for something they did to you, or that you feel they did wrong, even if it's true, even if it's true, to put it on YouTube like that is done for one reason only: is to humiliate the other person and to pick
mhm,
on them.
mhm,
And if when I see videos like that, I'm sorry, I'm reporting it. That's bullying.
mhm.
Of course, someone did that one to me. I'd sit there and watch it and be laughing at them. I'd be thinking it's funny
But
because
the thing is,
they,
we
they,
are
they
a
know
little bit.
to me when they put those videos out, and I've heard these videos. If, what comes in my mind is, how stupid can you be? Why are you putting it on YouTube? You're making yourself look like a fool. It made me look, not the person they were mad at, but they were looking like a fool. That's all it looks like they're a fool. And I would sit there and laugh at them. I says, how can they be so silly? So, yeah, I'm going to bring it out. I says, it's best to only talk to a few people. If you see a fight or argument in the community, don't take,
Leave it alone.
don't put your 2 cents in. Just don't get involved and everything else.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I feel too. Because um,
Don't
one,
do
I
it.
don't need, I don't need,
You don't need a headache.
no, 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 no.
Nah, I
I'm
know
a
the
very,
students fighting, and I ain't getting involved.
I've been, like I said, I've been lots of times I just keep my mouth shut most of the time. So yeah,
Oh no, I've never been one to. That's why I liked Red so much. Okay,
yeah.
because she wasn't afraid to say it.
Oh, I
And that's
know.
why I like Coffee, because she's not afraid to say it.
No, what I mean is one thing I've learned is if someone is in a fight or in a
Oh
disagreement,
no.
they need to deal with it themselves, not put it on other people to deal with it.
Oh, and the Tattletales.
Yeah.
Like I did a video, and I just happened to mention Mrs. Coffee, and it was what I said about her. First of all, was really nice. And something I was giving basic and giving her credit. Something I seen on her channel
Yeah.
that I had ordered. Well, somebody went and run and tell Miss Coffee because she came and commented on there, and I said she's not a sub of mine. So for her to come in and comment saying, "Oh, thank you," somebody had to go tell her.
Mhm.
It's just like when Pretty Neat and I got into that argument. I did a video on it, giving them a bad review, tried to uh, pay me to take the video down. I took that as an insult. With
Mhm.
how she found out about it, they weren't subbed to me. A person that was subbed to me really liked the company, and she went running back and telling them. They came back and watched it and messaged me, first ordered me to take it down. I said, "Excuse me? This is my channel, and you don't message me to tell me to take anything down. It stays."
I hope I'm not breaking this thing.
And then she goes, "Well, if you take it down," because she had my painting. "We got your painting, apply, take it down or give me a painting." I says, "No, you send me my painting or refund me, or I'll do another video." And then she goes, "Well, we'll give you 50% back refund on this. We'll send you the painting, give you 50% refund if you will take that video down." I says, "Oh,
Now,
now
I
you're
have
paying."
a question. Do you ever keep those Do you ever keep those emails or whatever is said between you and the other companies? Have you ever
No, I don't
kept
know how to do
them?
that.
You don't?
No,
Screenshot.
I don't know how to do a screenshot. That's why I
Oh,
started that small group, is because so people could get in there who's more experienced than other small creators. Who the small creator can ask a question, and if another one knows it, can tell them how to do it.
it's actually very easy. It's uh, it's control, and up on the very top it'll say print screen, PRT screen, SC, and you hit control, print screen, and that makes you a screenshot, and it goes into your picture, or you can put it onto Paint, and you
My
can
boyfriend
copy.
interrupt me. Could you start all over? Because I didn't catch it.
Okay,
I'm
it's
about to try him and
control.
mug him.
It's control, CTRL. If you
Uh
look
huh.
at your computer,
Right.
CTRL, you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, on the very top, on the upper top, it says print screen, it says screen lock, it says
No.
pause, it says insert.
I uh, I see the CTL. Then I got shift, caps locks, tab. Oops.
I mean, above
Tab.
the one,
And
2,
then
3, 4,
and it
5,
says
6, 7,
EC.
8. What's
Um,
above the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8?
7 8. It shows a symbol for sound. Maybe it's F7 because it shows a little box with a person's hand on it.
Okay, you're gonna have to show me your computer one of these times so I can actually help you with this.
Okay. Well, look, it's forgive me, it's dirty, but here's my CTL, right?
Okay, it's not
Then it's shift, caps lock, tab, and then
what's on the very top?
uh, escape, F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, F7, F8, F9, F10, F11, F12. As it says underneath it's screen lock.
Okay, one says underneath screen lock. Is there one that says PT print? PRTSC.
P. I don't see anything that says P.
P as in Paul.
I see a page up, page down, and home, delete, pause, break. Oh, you know what? This must be it. It says PRTSC.
Yeah, that's the one. PRTSC. You
Okay.
hit control and PRTSC.
Uh huh.
It'll do a screenshot of whatever you need a screenshot. And then all you have to do is go into Paint. I'm sure you know where Paint is. It's in the there's a Windows sign over here. It has like a window on it to the
Yeah. On mine it's
left.
F5.
Okay, you click on that and it lists all the things that you have. And down on the very bottom, close to the bottom, is an area that's called Microsoft, not Microsoft. I don't know. It's Windows. It'll say Windows,
Oh,
and
that
then
little
one of
symbol
them
where
will
it
say
says
like
Windows right here.
Paint or something like that.
I have okay. I have my space button Alt, and then there's a picture. It looks like a picture of a window. That must be what you're talking about.
You said it's P. I asked you if you have a PRTSC,
Yeah.
and you said yeah, you found that. So it's
Right.
control, control. You have to hold the control,
Uh
which
huh.
is CTRL, and you hit the print screen, PRTSC. That
Yeah.
makes a screenshot. And then you go into Paint, and you can put up, and when you go into the edit area, you just say, uh, you go and say, hold a second. I know what I'm saying. Just give me like 2 seconds while I
Hey,
look at it.
you joined my group, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm in your group.
You know what? Do me a favor. Go
Yeah,
in there and put that information basically in there for the other um, people.
sure.
And then I can take that and make it as an announcement and put it in the files.
Sounds good. I'll do that after our live. After our live, yeah. I'll do that.
Tell him to take that back. Just give it back to him. Hold on. Just see what this is. Here. Sure? Yeah. I want to give something. Right. Yeah. Somebody wanting a cigarette. They think
Mm,
we're a cigarette store or something.
wow.
But if we run out, they won't return the favor.
Nope.
So that's why I
Well,
tell him. I said, don't. You sold a carton of cigarettes to him. He supplied him with damn cigarettes. And then when we ran out and just asked him for one cigarette, he says no. And then he's outside smoking. He had cigarettes. He just didn't want to. So we got an argument because he sold him a carton of his cigarettes. And I says, fine, you run out. Don't ask to smoke mine. You know?
mhm. So like I said, after our live, I will definitely put that into the group.
I would appreciate that.
Oh, not a problem. I'm
Angel, do
my
you have
husband
a
can tell you.
channel?
Say again?
Does Angel have a channel?
No, she doesn't.
Well, she
But
can
she
still join because I'm opening up the group for not just small creators, but anybody thinking of starting a channel.
I'm not sure if she is.
But honestly, I think we have enough creators. Be truthful.
Well, like I said, I started this back in February last year. Basically everyone was, down, stuck at home.
Well, I think that's why how some subs don't understand. It's a lot of these big creators that got like 10, 20,000.
Mhm.
They kind of came on the ground floor. You know what I mean? When diamond painting first came out, they made a channel, and there
Mhm.
wasn't much choice of channels to sub to.
Yeah.
Like Miss Coffee, she's been around forever. You know,
Mhm.
some of these older Miss Coffee,
And
I think
Jeremy.
Anxiety too. Diamond painting Anxiety. I don't know how long she's had a channel, but a lot of these channels have been around from like the beginning. So yeah, they're gonna have more subs.
And that's to be expected. I mean, they
And this
have.
jealousy, I don't get it. It's a
Neither do I.
business deal. That yeah, they may get free stuff, and because they're a large channel, it is a business. They ain't gonna contact me. I'm too small. I
I've
got
had
support.
I've had a couple people contact me saying if you could
I'm
do
talking
this for
about
me.
normally. I've had a couple.
Yeah.
It didn't work out because they basically wanted me to sing them a good tune, whether it's bad or not. And I told uh, one, I says, hey, uh, I was going to do a video on them, and now I know I have screenshot. I can go show them our conversation because they're going into Facebook groups, actually posting stolen artwork. And the person, when I tried to talk to her, admitted that they knew that they were stolen and they were going to do it anyways. Her answer was, well, everybody does it. I said, doesn't make it okay for you to do it. And I can't support your product. And if you send it to me, I'm going to let everybody know that you are peddling heavily stolen artwork because 90% of what you got on your damn webpage is stolen.
Well, like I was saying, a good example is there's another one that I really liked was Mary's Diamonds, but they changed it. I was so pleased with the company that they changed it. They used to steal, but they don't
Yeah,
anymore.
it's
It's
amazing.
because I had a private talk with them and I said, mm, I know I'm probably I actually talked to them. I'm like, I'm concerned that this is stolen. And they said, "Oh, you don't have to be worried. You don't have to be worried." I'm like, "Well, I am kind of worried." Well, what happened was someone else also after me said something about it. And they like, "Oh, maybe Riv is right and maybe this other person is right." So they upgraded their whole company and now have uh paid artists that they're paying to show their artwork, get their artwork on their channel. And it looks so much better. I'm so pleased with the change. There's another one that I can mention, Royal. Royal. They actually had one where they had stolen artwork originally, I think. Yeah, they did. And I talked to them and I said, "I'm really worried about this," I was really nice, about it, and they said, "It's not something to worry about," and I guess another creator said the same thing, and they up and changed theirs and now have paid artists. So, yeah.
Great. That's how it should be. But see, what got me about this company when they first popped up, they had Diamond Art Club's logo up there.
Mhm.
I said, you
Mhm.
can't do this. I said, hon, do you realize that slogan is Diamond Art Club's licensed logo? And they says, no, we didn't know. We'll change it. And they changed it. They sent me a screenshot. Is this okay? I said, yeah, nobody else has it. Because we don't want to sell stolen artwork. We don't want to do that. So they started off good. They went from that. It's like, yeah, we're going to sell stolen artwork. Oh, well. So I can't order from them.
Yeah.
Pretty Neat has, if you go to the Pretty Neat site, they got stolen artwork on their site.
Yeah, I know.
I ignored that for a long time. And
I know. One
you know
thing
the
I do
problem
know is
is,
that a lot of people think that some of it's stolen artwork because it's on DAC, but a lot of it was actually originally a few of these
yeah, like the
diamond
boot, the
paintings,
boot.
like the boot, that was not stolen artwork. That was originally
You
a
know what the confusion is?
mhm,
If you go back before COVID,
mhm,
back in the good old days,
mhm,
Diamond Art Club had licensed artwork, but they also had generic. And how you could
mhm.
tell the difference, if it was licensed, they would have the artist's name. If it wasn't, it didn't have the artist's name down there. Like when they
Yeah.
had Stormy Night, they can't. If they ever say that they license it, they're a freaking liar because that was a Bach painting, okay,
Mhm.
of that famous painter who died
Mhm.
way before we were twinkle in our mother's eye. When he died, his work was not protected. So anybody can take any painting that's his and copy it.
Yep.
Okay?
And there's
And
there's
that's why you
another
see Stormy
company.
Night.
I'll give you
If you see the Stormy painting anywhere
mhm.
on any site, it's not stolen artwork.
Oh, I already know
They
that,
put
especially
in
since
another object in the
is
painting,
it Van Gogh you're
doesn't
talking
change
about?
it.
Is it Van Gogh you're talking about? Because that
Yeah,
one is not stolen artwork. He never licensed it.
that's the one on Bach. I'm thinking music. Yeah, that's the one. That is the
Yeah,
one.
Van Gogh.
Van
Van
Gogh.
Gogh, and I love how DIY Moon Shop, they will change it up. They will say Van Gogh went
Why
this way
shouldn't
or
they?
Van Gogh will go this way, but it's actually changed up a little bit with like dolphins
They
in
don't have
it
to.
or
They don't have
what?
to. They don't have to.
Oh, I know,
Anybody,
but they do it because everyone wants a different look to it. So they did. Um, it's but they know it's Van Gogh, and Van Gogh is like whatever you call it.
well, I'm sorry. If I'm going to do hit one of his paintings, I want it like the original. I want
Mm.
something added to it. And I love Daimoon. It's like opening a present.
Mhm.
But to go there and order something,
It's
I ordered them from
expensive.
them one time. I didn't mind the cost so much then, but then they changed it up. And when I went back and I put it in order, they were wanting like over $100 for shipping. I said, no, no,
No.
no, no. So I
No, no,
removed some
no.
stuff.
Hi, Polar Bear Whispers. How are you doing, hon?
Oh, hi to see you come in. Hi. And
Yeah, I just saw her just come in. She says, "Hello, everyone."
it was a little bit less, but not much. So they're going by weight or something.
Yeah.
Product. But I did love how I could see them do the reverse in it, and they did send me a lot of goodies
Oh
because that
yeah.
diamond painting pin they sent in there. When I went to the site, they had it on there for like 20 $25, something like that.
Mhm.
So they sent me a 20. I mean, they included a lot of stuff and it came wrapped and it was great. But the reason why you've never seen them on my channel is because of the shipping cost.
Oh,
Then
I
it took
know.
them 3 months to even send it out. Once they send it out, I had it a week. Right now, I'm about ready to fight with a company at Etsy. Found a beautiful tray, absolutely beautiful. I ordered it from on the first. Okay,
Mhm.
I still haven't got it. I've messaged them twice, and apparently it comes from China. And I says, even your tracking, and the tracking company has no record of it. So where's my freaking order? I'm waiting to the 28th, and then I'm to say, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. Just refund me my money. It's a beautiful tray, and I understand it comes from China, but tracking should show about where it is. And that company, that if you click on there, goes, they can't find it. They have no record of it. So, and all it says it's been saying pre-transit for the last almost month. Enough's enough. If you haven't made it and you wait for the shipment to come in to
Oh,
send it to me,
thank you,
let
Polar
me know.
Bear Whispers. It's great to have you here too. She
Yes,
was
it is.
she says doing good, relaxing today for a change. Glad I was able to join you too. And I don't and then she says and I don't know what else she said. But
What is
yeah.
other day our question this go around?
Hmm. Well, we already did. No, actually, what is your favorite weather? As in not
No, we
not
did that.
season, not season, not season. Weather. Do you like snow? Do you like rain? Do you like wind? Do you like
Oh, that's easy, son.
sunshine? Do
Yeah.
you like hailstorms? Do you like lightning and thunder? What is your favorite weather? I think that's a good one, don't you?
Okay. But why don't we each say what our favorite weather is to make sure they watched it and then put the answer down below.
Okay, sounds good. And
So,
and you have to put down what we both said.
yeah, mine is sun or sunshine, and yours is what?
Mine is thunder and lightning. I love watching the lightning flash and hearing a little bit of the roll of thunder. Now, I don't like it when it's extremely loud, not the roll of thunder, but seeing the lightning, just the lightning flashes, those are so just amazing and beautiful. And
Oh, she
especially
says
in the cloud,
autocorrect, no LL add.
huh?
Yeah, you know what? I got big fingers, and I go to type something like I was commenting on a video, and what letter was I? I think it was a J,
Mhm.
and when I did, it also pressed H.
Well, you remember that one time when you saw 4?
Uh
My
huh.
hand accidentally touched the 4. I wasn't saying 4 husbands. There is no way I have 4 husbands.
That's why I
Um,
says four husbands.
no. No, 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 no. I
Hey, we
really
got
quickly
three
said,
people in.
that was autocorrect. Autocorrect did that to me. Well, not autocorrect, it was an accidental,
I am a terrible
slip of the
speller.
finger.
I
Hmm?
can't spell worth shit,
Huh, you and me both.
and I have grammar, and it'll even tell me it's wrong, but it won't give me a list on YouTube or someplace. It won't give me a list
That's
of
awesome.
good spelling.
By the way, Polar Bear Whispers, you need to put it in when we're
Yeah,
the
because we
the
can't get
thing.
back to
It
chat
has to be in the comments. In the comments, like the
after
main.
the live, and you must be subscribed to both channels because we
Hmm.
will check.
Yes, we will
The
because
prize
I
is
will be
going to be
putting you
there's two
on.
prizes. Okay,
Yes,
one graciously a $50 gift certificate to
from
TSA
Rachel.
from Rachel. And then I craftably is not involved in this. This is from me. It's going to be a craftably painting, up to $60. If you are out of the country, I know some people can't get them,
Like me.
okay, and you win, no problem. What I'll do is I'll order it, have it sent to me, because you will be emailing your address, and I'll send it to you. It just may be slightly longer.
Yeah.
If you're in the States or somewhere where they ship, then I can just order to say gift and put the address down.
Yeah.
And the only thing I ask, I don't care if you show it on your channel or not, is that when you get it, you let me know.
Yeah, that's
If
the
I
other
can't
thing.
fix what I don't know, I had
Mhm.
somebody win a gift certificate. They lost it. They waited 3 months to notify me.
Oh, by the way, Polar Bear Whispers, did you want to see the dragon that I poured on Friday?
I don't know if she does, but I do.
I know you do. Would you? There's the dragon.
Oh, that is nice.
And there's the eye. Now, you know all those little special drills that you use on the
Paintings?
small special
Yeah.
paintings? You know what I'm talking about, like those
Yeah.
elongated things or things like that?
The
I
teardrops.
use them for the eyes.
Cool.
Isn't that awesome?
But, that winter was very, very lucky because when I
Mhm.
contacted TSA, Rachel went out of her way, totally out of her way, to find that gift card and resend the number to me.
Yep.
And I told him, if just let me know, send me an email, let me know that you got it. That's all I ask.
And the other one right here, this is the other dragon I had, which is, well, I call it a leviathan because in scripture there is a leviathan and it talks about it breathing fire. I will be putting fire to the mouth and I'll be putting fire at the nose.
But wait, wait
I
a minute, I got
promise
a
that.
question. How can you do that once you took it out of the mold? When you have to do that while it's in the mold?
No, no, I have a special way. You want to see the other dragons I have that have the fire on it?
Uh huh.
Okay, give me like 2 seconds.
Well, Paula Bear Whispers, if you're subscribed to me, please enter my giveaways that I have on my channel. I love doing giveaways. Rev can tell you. I do
I
giveaways
still
every
have to
month.
fix the fire on the nose. I still have to fix the fire on the nose. But this is like a dragon I made. Do you see what I did?
Yeah.
Now, this was in the mold, but do was what is it called? UV resin and
Uh-huh.
go in like glow in the dark. It's really nice when it's glow in the dark.
You
And you
know
put
what you need to do?
what?
Seriously? You need to do a video, like a tutorial, what equipment people will need in order to do this, what kind of products you need to use, and
Yeah.
and how to do it, so that when somebody watching that side they wanted to do it, they could.
Oh, I'm willing to do that. That's why I do the live videos. That's showing them how I pour it and how I get it all set up. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing just dictorial. That doesn't make sense. Um,
Yes, I would definitely
instructional
watch those,
videos.
because you know what, when you do those, you're going to meet, you're not just reaching the diamond painting community, because especially if you have the title and somebody's wanting to learn, they're going to click on them because say, hey, this person does it, and you'll get new subscribers just so they can watch your pours. I'm telling you.
Aw, thank you, Polar Bear Whispers. I love making resin pieces. I actually love it. Did you want to see an idea I had in mind for something? Now, I'm not finished with this, but you see this thing right here? It's a lid, by the way. It's a lid for something. But do you see this thing right here? Now, I want you to imagine, I'm going to give you an example. I don't like using my stuff here, but I'll give you an example. Putting this in, come on, stay there for just a second, just a little bit. Imagine this all put everywhere on this thing to make it look like little buttons on it. That's ideas I have. I love working with resin. I love working with the possibilities like this. You remember when I poured this green one right here? I'm planning on putting little ladybugs in it and a little sunflower right in the middle. Wouldn't that be pretty?
Uh-huh.
Those are ideas I have. Like here's another thing I made. Now, I don't really like how this turned out in my book, but it's because it's matte. Does that make sense? It's matte. Matte versus shiny. Shiny is like this. You see how shiny this is? Shiny? This is matte. That's the difference. Anyways, I plan on putting like little beads like this on the top to make it real shiny and have eyes of black or
Mm-hmm.
gold on the side or something like that. And
Yeah.
that will be for sale. It's a little sea turtle.
Yeah, you put it on eBay. I can buy it off you real freaking easy.
You want to see something that's really pretty? I did not expect it to turn this pretty. I'll be honest. Okay, you know how I get all these extra what's the word I'm trying to find here? All these extra, what is it? Help me here. Come on. Think, Riv. Come on.
I know. I can't help you on that one because I'm not sure what you're
All
talking
the extra resin. You know,
about. Oh
the
yeah,
extra resin that you're done pouring and you have extra resin.
right.
You want to see how it turned out?
Yeah.
Here.
Ah, cool.
Isn't that gorgeous? I did not expect it. I honestly did not expect it to turn out that way.
You didn't.
No.
Uh,
That
for
will be
anybody
sold.
watching,
That will be sold on my website when I get my website up and running. But isn't that gorgeous? I'm like, wow.
when I kit up, I don't like using those white things. They're hard to get off. I simply
Mhm.
use this because I tear off. I can write the number on, and then when I'm finished, it's really easy to get off. Because those ones you buy
Mhm.
are B to get off. So that's how I always buy these. I have to hide it from my boyfriend. So far,
Yeah, because he probably uses it on electrical stuff, doesn't he?
no. Let me tell you something. I bought 3 scissors for my crafting. He's
Uh-huh.
confiscated all 3 of them. My
Oh.
refrigerator is full of my cover minders because he's using them to put things on the refrigerator.
Normal male things.
I had my crafting table I have to keep outside. He uses it to put his coffee and stuff.
Yep. Yep.
And he
That's
gets mad if I decide to use it because I'll take his stuff off. I says, hey, you didn't pay for it. I did. This is mine. You ain't taking it. My magnifying glass, he wanted it to do. I says, yes, you can use my. You can use it. It's mine, but you can use it. And he gets mad
yeah.
because
Uh,
he won't hesitate to take it.
well, as I was explaining, so the whole situation with the as I said, I love working with resin. I haven't finished these dragons. I have like 3 of them that I need to finish up. And then I also need to fix the noses to really show off the smoke coming out of its mouth, out of its nose.
Uh-huh.
Um, other than that, I have so many ideas. Like here's an example of another idea I had. You know how I have this one right here? I can make this into
Oh,
a
oh no!
what?
Ouch!
What?
I went to get this color to kit up, and the bag was open, and I poured most of it in my bag.
Oh no.
At least no other color is, and I can fix it. Let's get these other colors out. You get them out.
Mhm.
Ah, this is why I don't. I like them when they come, but
I've done some crazy things like that.
oh,
There was one video I did of resin pour
uh-huh.
where I really panicked because I was like, "No, no, 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 don't do that to me." By the way, the mushroom turned out okay. I promise, it turned out
Yeah.
okay. It's like blue and it's really cute and yeah. But I plan on getting like a little hinge to put onto this.
Uh-huh.
Open it up,
I'm listening.
and maybe have like a little something here and here where it closes it up in two spots, and then that will be used as a diamond drill holder or whatever you want to use it for. I'm using different things. I've learned to make it more enhanced and everything.
Uh-huh.
Now, if I can find that one, you remember that mushroom I poured?
Yeah.
Well, it turned out. It turned out okay. If I can find it, I don't know if I put it where I put it, but it did turn out okay.
What happened to you? Kind of
Huh?
lost your. Okay, for a minute there, we lost your sound.
Yeah, I was talking and I was trying to find the I think it's probably out in the living room. If it's not, but I'll bring it later. But yeah, I did that and it turned out okay. I didn't expect it to turn out as it did. I thought it was going to turn out worse. But what happened was all that resin that poured out, seeped out, and everything, it
Mm-hmm.
left a little divot. But I fixed it where the divot's not there anymore. Hi, Angie. Um, the divot's not there anymore. And because the divot's not there anymore, it looks pretty good. I think I did really good on the mushroom. I also made another pen, guys. I made another pen out of resin. It's not done, just so you know. But here's an example of it. There's another pen in all green.
Oh,
Thinking of what?
how come you don't do pins and sell them?
I will sell pens once I figure out how to do it correctly.
Well, you know what? I got this pin one time from the seller. I had actually contacted her about this one pin, and
Mhm.
I said, "Well, that's a little bit much for me."
Jeffrey,
And so she says,
could you come
"Look,"
here for a sec?
she says, "I've got one that I did that didn't quite turn out. It has some flaws in it. I'll sell it to you." She showed me a picture and I says, "I'll buy it."
Is my
For the
mushroom
life of me, I'm looking at this
no
pin and I says, "Where's the
out
flaw?
there on the thing?
Where is the
Okay.
flaw?" I didn't see any flaw, but apparently she did, and I was able to get it at a cheaper price.
Okay. Here's the mushroom. The end result. Oh, you're very, very welcome, Angie. Very, very welcome. You asked me to send something and I did send it. So that was for your daughter. But yeah, I do all this resin work and I am getting a website set up. But here's that little mushroom I was telling you about. Linda, if you look, isn't it cute?
Oh, that is cute.
Now, the problem was there was this divot up here. I fixed it so it pretty much looks pretty good. It looks pretty good
Right,
up on the top.
right,
But if you looked on the side, you wouldn't even see the divot. Not really.
right. But what you could do when you get your site and pieces like has just like that tiny little flaw on the side, and you have to look for it. You could sell them
Yeah.
at a discount. Say, discounted. They may have flaws in them.
Yeah, like I'll have A grade and B grade. This is what I call them, A grade and B grade. A grade means they're in great perfect shape. Oh, thank you, Angie. B grade means that it is in there's a flaw here or there. If you I'll knock off like $5 off of the price or something like that. That's what will happen. So yeah.
Yeah, well, it depends how much you sell them for too.
Yeah, well
If you sell them for $20, five is enough. But if you sell them for $40 and just $5 off, no.
I just saw you. Where did you go? Did you fall over there? Oh, there you are. I'm looking for a drill. So I know we're getting. I know we're a little bit over our time, like we usually, not usually, but like we are. But tomorrow you're not going to be on.
No, I have to go for my 6 month MRI to look at my spots, which I do have been doing for 5 freaking years.
Oh, well, I'll keep you in prayer for that whole
There's
time.
no B. They're real tiny. They haven't grown in 5 years. To me, I feel like after this one, I'm telling them, it says, hey, I asked you if you could get rid of them. You're saying no. So what's the purpose of an MR if you're not going to do anything to get rid of them? And they haven't grown in 5 years. I've had 3 lung doctors. It started out with this one. She's the one that originally sent me for it. And what she told me, oh, we're going to do it every 2 months, and then it's going to go to 3 months, and then every 6 months, and then once a year for a couple of years. And if they haven't grown back by then, we can just forget about them. Well, that time has passed. So why is he's over conservative? And then I had this. Yeah, I don't know what happened to her at that office. They didn't tell me, but I went to get an appointment. Found out I had an appointment with a different doctor, and I says, "What happened to
Mhm.
my lung doctor?" Oh, she's not here anymore. I didn't like him. I really didn't. And what happened was I had an appointment and I didn't realize it and I missed it. Okay? He
Mhm.
didn't like that, so he decided he didn't want me as a patient anymore. So then I had to go back, and then I got this guy, and he says, well, I don't do that. If somebody accidentally misses an appointment, they can come in as a walk-in. They just got to come in before 11 o'clock. And he's good. I love him. He's a lung doctor and a sleep doctor specialist.
That's good.
But he's over conservative.
Mm.
I, t- I tend to kind of just go with the flow to a certain point, but I don't let doctors make my medical decisions. I make them. You can
Yeah.
inform me of it, why you want it, and I'll tell you yay or nay. Because
Yep.
I used to, whatever the doctor said I did until Joseph was born, and I started to notice something wrong with him at 6 weeks. He weighed 7 pounds, 15 ounces at birth. By 7 months, he did, he weighed maybe 8 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, I get him to gain 3 pounds, he lose two of it. It was a struggle to keep him alive. He couldn't keep nothing down. I go to a doctor. Oh, you're overfeeding him. Leave the office, go home, make another appointment with a different doctor. You're not feeding him enough. You got to feed him. Leave that one. Go to another year. Uh, Girl, when I moved to Indiana, they had me take him down to Children's Hospital. That my father had to take off work to drive me because at the time I didn't know how to drive. I had no car. Spent
Right.
8 hours going from department to department to tell me they don't know what's wrong with him. So they wanted me to take him to this other doctor's. And by then I was burned out. I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not taking him to. And I told his pediatrician that I said, I'm done. I've had him to too many doctors. None of you know what's wrong with him. I'm
Mhm.
not taking him to any more doctors, any more specialists. I'm freaking done. Well, he called Child Protective Services. I get a letter. I said, you can come out any damn time you want. And they come out and they ask me why. And I says, you want the list of the doctors? I gave him my list. I had it all prepared for him. They go, you've had that kid to over 200? I said, those are just the ones I can remember.
Yep.
And I says, my father has to take me. I went down there for 8 to 10 hours from department to department. None of those doctors could tell me what's wrong with my son. I can't get him into that special school for physical therapy that Red Cross does because they're refusing because he's not been diagnosed. I don't know what that guy did, but next thing I know, Red Cross is telling me I could bring him. So they said something to him. And I says, I'm done. So unless you want to come out here and personally drive me and this kid to whatever doctors, it ain't happening.
Mhm.
That and the reason I don't like my step, she wanted my son Joseph. And the one doctor that made sense was explaining his, you got like a valve and it closes when you eat, right? His was
Mhm.
immature and it went closed, and this is why food would come up. And she put him on thick formula, and she says, it will mature on its own. She must have been right. Because at 2, when I started him on table food,
Mhm.
he gained weight so fast. Well, go back and comment. Do you just watch it on your TV?
Yeah, she said she watches on the TV.
Oh, so she can't comment?
Not when you're on TV. You'll have to go on your computer or your if you use a phone. I don't use phones, guys. I don't believe in phones. I have what you call a rotary, well, not rotary dial phone, but I have one of those type of phones where it's just the landline phone. That's the only type of phone I have in my house. I don't have a cell phone anymore. I got rid of it. Um, it was just too much problems for me. Long story short. So, yeah. I use just landline phones, and I only have a laptop. That's how I do my lives. Laptops.
Yep. I have a laptop. I don't film my boxings on it. Did you see the last video I did, History of Halloween?
Yes, I did.
I used my computer, and we had an issue with, I had to film it 3 times due to some crap we had problem with a tenant. And when I went,
Mhm.
the manager seen it. He went run hide in his room, and I banged on his door. I says, "You need to get out here. He's got a girlfriend pinned down in the kitchen, beating her up. You need to do something." Well, I'm too busy to doing fixing this thing. I says, "I don't give a crap what you're doing. This is more important. Quit hiding in your room." We have crazy shit that goes on here, girl. We had one went to beat up our manager, ex tenant. Didn't want to stay away. Had him pinned down on the ground. Of course, they knock on my door. I go running out there, and I'm trying to pull the guy off. And I says, "You got to get off of me. You can't do this." He would have killed him if we hadn't stopped him, banging his head on the freaking sidewalk. And some other tenant came in and got him off. And at one point, they abandoned me. And I says, "How am I going to hold this guy till the police get here?" I says, "Well, I weigh 200 pounds. I'll just sit on him." And I did. I sat on him. He goes, "Yeah, you're sitting on me." I said, "Yeah, and I'm not letting you up." Cops came and they looked. I says, "You want me to let him go?" They go, "Not just yet." And then they said, "Okay, you can let him up." I says, "I'm going to let you up, but you better behave yourself."
Mhm. Well, like I was explaining, I was telling Angie, "Oh, hun, you have to watch the videos to get the question.
That's right.
You can't go and ask us what the question is because we don't know the questions now
Well,
because
no, she's in the live, and we're going to repeat the question at the end.
yeah,
You don't need
we
to
always repeat
expedite
the
it.
question at the very, very end of the video. I think we do, don't we? I think.
Yes. But no, you can't just pop in, ask what the question is, and leave.
Yeah, no, can't happen. You have to watch the video to get the question. I think one of them I didn't. We were in the middle of the video and I asked the question, and that was the last time I asked. I think. can't
Yeah.
remember.
If folks, for you, the reason I do it out here is a long time ago I did a live
Mm-hmm.
in the kitchen, and the people were telling me that there was echo.
Yeah.
There was a big echo, and I've been noticing it in my videos. And I says, "Well, I'll have to kick Bob out of the bedroom and do them then." But my whippet chats, like I did it out here yesterday. I got to figure out something because I told you about that whippet chat. I'll be having a
Mm-hmm.
whippet chat, and it's for people who are thinking that are small or thinking of coming on the channel, and I'm just going to tell it all. And it's
Okay.
advice. It's not nasty, you know. Like I'm going to say, don't. I see more channels burn themselves out. They go bye bye. You got to be careful about burning out.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like this. How to deal with trolls. How to deal with bullies. How how to stay out of. You know. Um, I'm gonna discuss lives. Basically, say, hey, if you, it's important that you go live if you want your channel to grow.
Yeah.
Uh, Study YouTube for a while, for at least a good week. See when everybody goes live. Try to get it to go live when they're not going live.
Yeah.
If you can't, and there's no time, then you just go ahead and go live when you want.
Yep.
Otherwise, it'll never happen. But
I mean, the very
first,
first the very first thing I would say about going live is make certain that one, you feel comfortable doing it. That's the first thing. Because it does get.
it's like, what do you talk about? But sometimes if you get people in and they start talking, you can kind of feed off of them on the subject that they're talking about. You know what I mean? I did a live one time. I think it was my first live, and they were talking about something, so I started talking about that. You still there? Rev. Oh, Rev. Okay, Angel. Painting. Are we frozen? Am I frozen? Or is it just Rev? Let me do something. Oh, she left. She'll be right back, folks. Hi, Shay. Sorry, we were going live at the same time as you. We just do our collab all the day. We didn't know you was on live. She should be back. I am tired of working on this painting out of these bags. They keep getting loose, so I'm kitting up. And how I kit up, I'm using Harbor Freight, which I don't like, but I use this because I can write the number down. Let me message her. Or did my phone die? Okay, let me go to Facebook. Where are you? Oh, my phone gives me trouble. Okay. Okay, I just messaged her, so hopefully she'll be back here in just a few minutes. Because these tapes, I can take off. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jeffrey. Yeah, all of a sudden she just froze. She was talking about her raising. I told her, I said, you need to do a tutorial on it, what you need, how to do it step by step. Not that I can do it. I tried to do these paintings. You kind of mix the paint and you put it on there, and then you. But really, you got to have one of the spinning boards to make the. And where I live, that's just not feasible. So I gave it up. Oh yeah, she probably needs a new computer. Oh wait a minute, she's in. Let me minimize it so I can get her in.
Hi.
Ah, she's back.
My computer just shut off. I had to use my new computer in place.
Well, why was you doing it on your old computer? I think that old computer is kind of telling you it's taking a hike.
Thank you, dear heart. Love you. I went and told my husband, quickly tell Linda what just happened, please.
Well, he didn't. I messaged you on your Facebook. You'll see I messaged you and I said, come back in. You froze. You froze. Come back in.
Yeah, I did come back in. I just had to switch computers very quickly. Um, I believe in using my old computer because that's what I've been using. But lately, I think I'm going to just stay with this computer and then just move it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I think that's what I'll do.
Anyways, I was saying because I did a video. That video was on Halloween. Well,
Yeah,
I don't celebrate Halloween, but the
neither do
history.
I.
I mean, it goes all the way back over 2,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to do one for Thanksgiving and for Christmas.
Good idea.
Yeah, and that's what my small group about. I mean, honestly, I won't allow anybody to sit there and bash other channels. That ain't what it's about. It's just like I asked you to go and explain how to do a screenshot and stuff and um, throw ideas out. Because I am going to do that video because right now, what I'm doing, I decided I'm going to start going live, but I don't want to, number one, step on toes.
Yeah,
Two, I want people in there, right?
right.
So right now, I'm just trying to get on, see who exactly goes live. Because honestly, if you, in lives, have you seen me stay in lives very long?
Oh, there's Shay. Hi, Shay. I'm so
Actually,
sorry I didn't say hi to you. I just got
have you
cut off.
have you seen me go into lives and stay very long?
No.
And I got to learn to say goodbye. I don't. I just leave. And I thought that it's kind of rude. I should at least say goodbye. You know. And
Yeah.
I'm just going to explain how to if you have a troll. If those little numbers I seen on videos. I seen them underneath and how to deal with them, how to report that, how to get rid of it. I did
Right.
that for Gracie when I went in her. She put up a video. Sure enough, I got a comment, and there's little numbers. I said, "Oh my God, it's a troll."
Mhm.
So I clicked on it, and I reported it, and it went away. I just don't get trolls,
Yeah.
and just how to handle somebody. If they say something in a video or live, like happened to me the other day, I'm not going to argue. I'm not. I just said
Nope.
I just said sorry. I said, oh, I better leave the live because I'll go off. I left the live. I blocked the person. I got her
Mhm.
blocked. I don't have to see her in any lives anymore. I'm not going to sit there and message her and all that crap. I'm 63
No.
years old. I ain't got time to fight with people. I'm,
No.
first of all, I'm real sweet,
Mhm.
but I can get really nasty.
Mhm.
Especially when it's other people. Like that time I went into Jack in the Box, it's pouring down rain. Here's this elderly gentleman. Obvious, he's dirty. He's homeless. He managed
Mhm.
to scrape up enough for coffee, and apparently Exactly, Jay. I see it so much in the community. I seen it happen to Sherry. I lost subs because I supported Sherry.
Mhm.
And the thing is, I get it. He was asking for too many refills. He was trying to stay warm. They could have told him nicely that that was the last coffee. I'm going to buy me something to eat. I actually heard him. Yeah, but you know what, Angie? You can't do that. If you want your channel to grow, you have to go live. And I'm not saying, you don't want to step on toes. People do have their lives they go on to, but you can't eat at the same time sit back and say, well, so and so is going live. I can't go. You got to,
Yeah.
you want to try to go live when there's nobody else on and do it that regular way. But there's so many creators now
Yep.
doing lives that very soon I believe that's going to become impossible.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Not do lives because all the spots are taken?
No,
Sorry.
actually, you do lives when you feel it's the right timing. For me, mornings is the best timing for me because
Oh,
then
I can't
after
go
I'm
lives
done
at
with the
night.
live.
I can't go live. It's like I explained. If I go live, I have to use my computer. And the very
Mhm.
first time, I was actually, I think it was Diamond Painting Dave. He had a live, and I said, "Oh, I'm too scared to go live." And he says, "That'll be." I says, "I don't even know what to talk about," and I did. But my sons were telling me there's a real bad echo, and I was watching the previous video I did unboxing. I says, "Dang, there is a slight echoing." So
Mhm.
I may do in my room. I may have to wait till Bob gets outside and tell you're going to have to wait 20 minutes. Give me 20 minutes to do this unboxing. That
Yep. That's
video I
that's
put up
how.
in history, I did do it as a whippet chat. I had to do it 3 times, mainly because we had a violent issue with a resident that we had to tend with.
Right.
And I wish my landlord would stop fooling with those homeless organizations. People really got, anyways, what I was saying, I got mad. So I went and bought the guy a cup of coffee and I gave it to him. And I says, now, when he comes up for another cup of coffee, and I wasn't talking nicely, he can have one, right? Just like that. And they just looked at me. And another person asked me what's going on. I says, oh, he went to get another cup of coffee. Instead of telling him nicely he couldn't have any more, they started yelling at him. He's homeless. It's raining outside, for Christ's sakes. Before it
Mhm.
was over, it trickled down. He had a full breakfast. That person, oh, he can have my, I can't remember what it was. Another person gave him that, and before you know it, he had a breakfast. He was lucky I did talk to his manager. I'm on the city bus. Homeless person's got money to go on the freaking bus. And that bus driver's sitting there joking and laughing. He says, I'm not stopping for him. I'm not stopping for him. I said, really? You think so? I didn't say nothing. But I wrote the bus number down, the time. I got home, I called the bus system, and I said, since when does a bus driver get to choose who they pick up? I said, there was this homeless man, he had bus fare, wanting the bus, and he's seen him advance, and he's talking about he ain't gonna pick him up. She says, oh no, we don't allow that. I turned him in. And it's just like when I see those videos calling somebody out, to me, I don't care if you're right or wrong, that's bullying. It's done to humiliate, to embarrass, and to hurt their channel. And if I see,
Yeah.
and I'm guilty. I am guilty. I've watched those videos, but I decided from now on, if I see a creator do that, unsub, block. Simple as that.
Mhm.
I've
Mhm.
unsubbed from a big creator. I want, to some creators. If you don't like a creator, don't sub, don't watch.
Exactly.
There's a couple, and I'm not going to say who they are, but I don't like them personally. I can't stand them, and
Mhm.
I just don't watch them. If I see them in a live, I don't go after them. I just don't
Nope.
say anything. If they say something to me, I will answer politely. That's it. I'm not a high school. I'm not
Nope.
in junior high. And I didn't
Nope.
do it. I didn't do it in junior high school. The whole class was mad at this poor girl. A friend of mine, we're all in the same clique, but I don't know what she did. I don't remember. And they were taking sides. All of them started taking sides, bullying against her, wanted me to take sides, and I told them to go shove it up their butts. I says, I wasn't brought up that way. And then they all got mad at me because I wouldn't turn against her. And I says, be that way. Shove it up your A. Oh, I said the word. Because I will go verbally off. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm real nice. That if somebody comes after somebody, more so if I see somebody else being picked on.
Yep.
When I was in school, they always got to pick on somebody who they figure is different, or my mother would never let us wear. I came from a well-to-do upper middle class family. We had a nanny from England, no doubt. And I thought all parents, you had dinner. Oh shit. I'm talking. Oh. Ooh. Uh-oh. I
What?
was I was doing that color and I threw away and I don't know what color number. I'll put a question mark. I'll have to go through the thing to find out what it is. Don't laugh. And I was real shy and we moved around a lot. My mother would buy a house, she'd keep it a year, decide she didn't like it, and buy another one. I,
Wow.
I didn't go to the same grade school twice. I was always the new girl. And the kids would tease me. And one time there was 23 girls in my classroom,
Mm-hmm.
led by this one girl. They decided to shove and push me all the way home. Well, my attitude was, no, I'm not going to let you know you got to me. I'm not going to cry in front of you. I
Yep.
might have fun, but I'm not going to cry in front of you right now. And I just kept walking. One girl did apologize, but the following week I found the one that started, and honey, we were in a fight. So I was really, really shy. And my first husband says, Linda, I don't believe it. He'd come to our house at the dinner table. There'd be 10 conversations going on. Yes, Angie, there certainly is, to a point. You know, I think there's a perceived one. They do that retreat. I just love when they do videos. They're not telling people they can't go. That's not what that's about. But you have to understand when they do a retreat, there could be, imagine that everybody in the community, it's impossible. They wouldn't
Yeah,
be able
it
to,
is.
it
It's
big enough. They only have a spot and it's first come, first serve. The reason why you're seeing the same people is because they happened to get there first. They just lost a person. She wasn't even a sub that went to the last retreat. And see, that's what the girl got mad because I didn't know who it was. I got worried. I thought, is it somebody in the community? Because
yeah.
despite that,
You have a right to ask. That's the thing.
the thing is, we watch each other's videos. You feel like even though you never met, you get to know them, you want to know. I get so tired of a creator like Cancer Free or whatever her name was. She just kind of
Mm-hmm.
like disappeared. If she quit her channel, at least do a videos. If I decide to quit my channel, I'm going to do a video say, hey, I decided I don't want to do this anymore. I won't be putting up there. I'm fine. Da 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 da. Bye.
Yeah,
I'm going to let
Angie,
myself.
I feel the same way sometimes because I feel like I'm small. But the thing is, you know what? I sometimes have like one person, maybe two people, but I know who are the ones who actually watch me and who are there for me 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm. Let me
But
tell you, I got my one
I know
subs.
exactly how
They
she
watch my
feels.
videos. They comment, and I wish YouTube would change that because honestly, you go to your video and if it says you got 25 or 500 videos or whatever, but and they'll tell you how much watch time, but they don't tell you who. You kind of like to
Exactly.
know, People, that's what they don't realize. Drop a comment. Just say hi. Let them know you were
Yeah.
there. But, anyways, my husband says, you're right. It's like they don't want you to talk. And he says, I see you really have to interrupt or fight to be heard. And he says, it's amazing that your family can have 10 conversations and everybody's keeping track of all the conversations and know what everybody's saying. I says, yep, that's our family. That's
Mhm.
our family. And I says, my mother had favorites. My stepmother claims that my bio father, and I call him bio, uh, told her that, quote, once Tim was, we had Linda, but once Tim was born, she kind of forgot about Tim. Her mom has always kind of ignored her. All my kids, she needs me. And I made a mistake and I went to live with him. Something I regretted for the rest of my life. When I was set, because,
I I I agree
well,
with
the
you,
thing
Polar
was,
Bear.
when they got divorced, he could have stayed in California. We saw some weekend. But no, he goes running up to freaking Granite City, the stickiest freaking town you ever did see in your life. And so our visits, like I would go up there and I'd be there for 3 months. Now we were excited when he met my stepmother, right? We were didn't
Mhm.
think about them coming home because my mother remarried to a wonderful man who took us on as his kids. We called him dad. And don't get me wrong, he was kind of a drunk, but we didn't see him drunk because he'd go 3, 4 months and then he'd go out drinking and then when he decided to sober up, come back. We didn't pay it no mind. The last time it happened, I was 18. I said, "Oh, mom, don't worry, he'll be back." She wouldn't take him back that time, and she got mad because I kept calling him dad. And I said, "Look, you married him when I was 6 years old. You
So
insisted we call him dad. It's too
he's the
late
only
to
dad that you knew.
undo it."
Mhm.
And he was my dad. And when he was passing and his sister called, she says, "Well, what was to you?" I says, "That's my dad. I was doing in-home care." I says, "I can't leave my patient to go down. Could you give him this message?" And she says, "I don't know if he'll understand." But at one point, he lived with my sister, and I was pretending like I sleep because what do you call a man that you, for 18 years basically, you've called dad, who's no longer married to your mother? To call him Dave felt very strange. And we were outside, and I said, "I don't know what to call you because I've called you dad." He starts crying. He says, "I'm dad." And he was a really wonderful man.
Mhm.
And, basically, my stepmother was jealous of me. She wanted to ruin our relationship. It took her 20 years, but she did it. But once she did it, she got mad because I wouldn't talk to him. And my family blames me for that. And I says, "Hey, it takes two not to talk." I don't see him trying to get back. Anyways, I don't even want to talk about that because I talk about it, it makes me mad. I just don't. So I can't stand when I see somebody else bully.
I
No,
tend to I tend to agree, Angie. I do the same way. I sometimes don't comment, but I do let people know if I'll say hi. That's about as much as I'll say, or oh, that's a beautiful painting, or something like that, just to let them know I did watch. Or I'll say a replay, and they know I'm replaying the video.
mm-hmm.
Um, but when it comes to certain things, I'll do pretty much exactly what Linda does. I'll come on. I'll I have to be busy because I'm also trying to get business started, guys. So it's like,
Well, you
um,
know what? As far as the click is, I know it sometimes could seem like it's a click, but I don't know if it's really a click. It tends to be nature. People tend to click. They get into
yeah.
their groups. I mean, in my junior high school, I was in a clique. My cousin's in a clique. We didn't mix. She, for whatever reason, she didn't want to talk to me. I didn't want to talk to her. And I understand it because my sister says, "I would love to go on the Smith side." I says, "Why?" I says, "You can walk right up past a cousin and not know him." I says, "Didn't grow up with him. I don't know him. I see no point to get hold of him now." And I said, "That one, she may be changed, but I can't forget how she treated me in high school. Junior high, I can't do it. I just can't. But I
Yeah.
always felt that if my stepmother and my bio father could have had kids, things would have been different. And no
Yeah.
matter what I say when they talk to me, my mother wanted me to go live in there. I'll say one thing about her: her hatred of me did not extend to my kids. She did love my kids, especially my handicapped kids. I mean, we go over there on a Sunday dinner. She'd be the one wanting to feed Joseph. I took advantage of it. I said, hey, she wants to. She wants to. And after I had my daughter, and I had my tubes tied. Because this point, I'm finding out, hey, it is biological. I could have a normal child or I could have a handicapped child. So I asked the doctor, please tie my tubes. And so I could pick. He told me, you can't pick up. I said, look, I got a 2-year-old, can't even walk. I have to pick him up. He can't even sit unless I put him in a sitting position. Well, no, you'll have to have somebody pick him up and hand him to you. So she would come over in the morning. She would take Joseph over to her house, which is across the street, and then bring him back at night. She did this really beyond what was needed. And she flat out asked me for him. And I says, I'm not giving you my son. And I put an end to that. But, she did. And my autism son, he lives in Illinois. And I don't know if you call it a group home or it's like a regular house. And there's
Yeah.
6 other autism there. And you can't do it. I don't have custody of him anymore. A clique, Nana, is when a group of people get together in a group and they only associate with in that group and they don't invite other people. I was saying, well, no, it's kind of human nature to do that. But I don't really think there's a clique, strong clique. There are a group of people that do talk offline. I don't. I keep myself kind of distance. My cousin says, Linda, a one-on-one, you're great. But when you get in a group of people, you shut up, you put yourself in a corner, and you tend to shy away. And she's kind of right. Somebody was talking about the treat, and I put in there, I says, oh, I can never do the treat. And they go, why? I says, but not only finances, but because of my mental condition, and I go into coughing jigs, I
Mhm.
says, I would ruin everybody's time. They go, oh, no, you wouldn't. I says, yes, I would. Without meaning to, I would. Because I can't control my attacks. Doctors can't control my attacks. I get air. My attacks is I get into coughing jigs.
Mhm.
And I would ruin everybody's time. So why would I want to go to a retreat and ruin somebody's time? When the creators who go, they are doing videos on it. The last retreat, I wish they'd have done it like they did the first one, you know, where they actually show part of the retreat instead of just telling about it. But at least they came back, showed the blessing. I thought that blessing tied the thing they did was great.
Oh, I love that, but
So,
like I said, I can't. I
no. And but whose video was it? Somebody must have mentioned her. And she goes, no, we're not excluding people. They're not excluding people. But honestly, they, there 88 people in here. How many subs? It's impossible to do one that big. It's impossible. So yes, they have to, when they do a retreat, they got to say, okay, we can only have so many people. We'll put it up, first come, first serve. I think they've been honestly fair. I could be wrong, but I don't think they excluded and say, well, no, we don't like you, so you can't come. Okay. I don't think that. They've been, yeah, they do. They'll do things for the channels and they really don't let their subs know or let you know. And sometimes, no, Angie, Angie, that's why I started this small group. I think there's a lot of misunderstanding. I think there's jealousy from both
Mhm.
sides,
Mhm.
from both sides, from big channels picking up small channels trying to pick on the big channels. Then it needs to stop. And the only ways it stops is the small channels gather together, get us in our own clique. Just, no bashing, no bashing. I've done videos on it, trying to explain to subs in small channels about people sending um, things to channels to review. Well, yeah, they're big. I think it was Shay. Somebody tried to jump on her because she was doing unboxings for Craftably. Okay. But the truth was, yeah, she was, but she wasn't even keeping them. She was showing them, boxing them up. Hi, Cranes. One of
Hi,
my friends,
Cranes.
and taking them back. And they're going to jump on her? Seriously?
Now,
I
if
felt
you're
so
wondering
bad
why
for
we're
her.
going
I
as
felt
long
so
as
bad for her. I emailed her and I says, hey,
Mm.
you know what? Angie, my name is Linda Ewald. Look on my Facebook. Anytime you want somebody to talk to, I will talk to you offline.
Yeah.
I talked to my good friend Jill of Crane's Creation.
Mhm.
I talked to Riv just recently, and that
Mhm.
Zoom, that shy one. I like to get to know her better. She's very nice, but very shy.
Yeah, Palmy Angel. Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
But she is so nice.
She's the type of person that I saw somebody pick it on YouTube, I'd probably go off.
Mhm.
And it's hard not to when you see somebody get picked on. Because I'm always going to take the side of the one that gets picked on, whether they're right or wrong. You
Yeah,
just,
I get along with practically everyone. I try and get along with
I go
practically
to people's
everyone.
lives, and I would really love to stay for their whole life. But I've noticed within the community, when there's anytime, sweetie, when there's something going on bad, drama, it always happens in lives. Always happens in life.
Angie, if you
Right?
ever
Are you
want to get
still
in talk,
Yes,
I-
Rev and I will always be glad to talk to you.
yes, I'm always on Instagram. My husband has Facebook. You can easily talk to me on Facebook on my husband's Facebook. Long story short on that is Facebook does not allow me on, so I'm using my husband's. That's pretty
Yeah,
much the long story
Crystal
short.
said Jeffrey, if you message her on Jeffrey, she will get it.
Oh, I will. Trust
Yeah,
me.
you're talking to her or Instagram.
You'll get me
Oh, you
automatically.
know what? Instagram has changed their tune. See, I did
What?
post. Well, listen to this. I usually won't post on Instagram too much because you got to do it with your phone.
Mhm.
Other day, I noticed this thing and it said post, make a post from your computer. So I tested it out. You probably showed it. I showed an old picture of my son Joseph.
Mhm.
Okay. That was a test. That came from my computer, not my
Right.
phone. My pictures aren't on my phone. They're on my computer.
Yep.
My pictures I got on there is of my kids. I got a picture on there of me and Tim and my late sister Susan. I got it on there because I try to. And, the biggest thing for me is when I see two sisters argue or say something negative about their sister or brother, it angers me. I want to shake them. Say, you're lucky you still got your sister.
Mhm.
I would do anything to have my sister back. Anything. When she got ALS, if I could have took her place, no pun, I would have. I told God, I says, hey, I'm the one who led the wild life. I've lived a wild life. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm a roamer. It's because the way I was growing up, always moving. I'm not 63. I've lived in Mina, Nevada, Gabbs, Nevada, Tonopah, Nevada, Hawthorne, Nevada, Manteca, California, Stockton, California, Marion, Indiana, Jonesboro, Indiana, um, Pahrump, Nevada. Those are the places I can remember. Oklahoma, I can't, but I was there. And
I lived in Oklahoma for about two and
all
a
those
half
people,
years.
my God, I've never seen a state like that. It kind of put me off. I'm going up there to do this care. And I walk
You,
into a restaurant and I says, I'm trying to find the so-and-so family. I mean, he's telling me lampposts. I said, you can't tell me lampposts. I need streets. But I did find them. But people would talk to me, strangers that I never don't know, and act like I'm their best friend.
yeah,
And just
that's
start
pretty
talking to
much
them and
what
say,
Oklahoma is all about.
seriously? I don't
Yeah,
know you, lady. Why are you talking to me?
because like I said, I was born in New
I
Mexico,
had to
but
get used to that.
because
That
my
was
dad,
hard for me to get used to. And the job was even worse because it was a patient. Oh my God. She wouldn't let me take care. Everybody, all their friends kept saying, Linda, we feel sorry for you. Linda, you feel sorry for you. It wasn't her. Yes, she was difficult. No, I go to do the care. She starts screaming for her husband, who's 90 years old. I took him outside and said, look, I can get the care done. She's not going to like it. But if you keep running to, every time she hollers, I'm not going to be able to. She won't let me even bathe her. And I went in and I said, and I told her, I said, your husband's 90 years old. He can't lift you. And it was the side I was going to go, and and I could hear her in the room. No, don't let her go. Don't let her go. Don't let her go. Don't let her go. She agreed, and for the first few days she did, but she started it. But when she sat there and told me she didn't give a crap what her husband felt, I looked at her. I walked outside and I said, "Look, I quit. You're just going to have to put her in a nursing home. She's not going to let me take care of it. She doesn't give a crap if you injure yourself trying to take care of her. Put her in her nursing home." And she was telling me, "Oh, I heard." Well, she would say she was hurt when she wasn't, so I didn't believe her. He took her in, and apparently she really was. So on the way out, I went to talk to her. You could hear her through the hospital when I said goodbye to her. I love you, but if you leave, I won't love you no more. She thought she was paying me a fortune because she was paying me $900. I always charge room and board and $900 cash to take care of one person because my room
yep,
and board was part of. Because that's what I did for about 5, 6 years to keep people out of nursing homes, and I loved it because I drove from California to Oklahoma for that job. The job was my mother's boyfriend's parents.
mhm,
And on the way back, I was stopping in one town and I was calling somebody. And the reason I didn't get the job, I had a dog. And I took care of a diabetic for like 4 years. And I kept her blood sugar perfect. And he goes, "How are you doing it?" Because my other patients ain't doing it. I says, "Easy." I said, "She gets her insulin shots twice a day. She gets her medicine. But I don't rely on that. I'm controlling it by her diet. Not, don't get me wrong, I wasn't mean. If she had a doctor's appointment, I take her to McDonald's. She got the kids' meal with iced tea, no sugar, and that constituted
mhm,
her lunch and her snack.
mhm.
If she had that and the French fries with no salt because she's also on low sodium, and
Right,
that's why I always went to McDonald's because at that time they didn't put salt on there. And she knew that meant no snack. She complained her voice had to stay home, so they would send her to the movies. Now, in that case, if I had to go with her to the movies, the family had to pay my way. But on my day off, if I decided I wanted to go to the movies and I wanted to take her, then I had to pay my patient's way.
right.
And there was just too much trouble,
Whew.
It'd be the weekend and my relief would show up and I'd end up having to work. And then we get this one lady, and she thinks that her daughter comes in and she doesn't want to come to work, and I get that. That's fine, but it has to be a certain date. I have to be able to make plans. And the way she's talking, I looked at her. I said, "Let me tell you something. You aren't here for me. I'm not here for you. You're here for me, so I can have some days off. And if you force our boss to make a choice between the two of us, you're gonna freaking lose." Unknown to us, they were listening to the whole conversation. She goes at that dinner and says, "Linda, don't worry about it. We're going to put an ad. We're going to replace her. And then we'll let her go." I said, "I got a better idea. Just fire her now, and I'll work weekends until you find somebody." Because I would charge them $100 extra each for the weekend. So she says, "Okay, call her and fire her." I called her up. I says, "Your services is no longer needed." She said, "You can't fire me." I says, "I just did." "No, you can't fire me." I said, "You want to bet?" "I want to talk to him." They got on the phone that says, "Well, if Linda just fired you, I guess you're fired." I hung up on the phone.
Yep.
But that job, I did end up leaving it because it got too dependent. There was a problem between the mother and daughter, a hatred thing. She only had her mother because she felt like there. And I mean, one time she's yelling at mother, and I'm thinking, "Oh my gosh, she's going to hit her. And if she goes to hit her, I'm going to have to intervene." And I had to take her aside. I says, "Look, I don't want to get into your family arguments, but I thought she was going to hit your mother. Understand my responsibility is to your mother. And if you try to hit her, I have to stop you." And they liked me because they got so dependent. I mean, even the doctors. If I cited her blood sugar was insulin was not high enough, I call the doctor. I says, "Hey, I upped her insulin to 2 units. Could you please order it?" "No problem."
Mhm.
And he'd do it. Um, you know, uh, but the job when I came back to my mother's house, because that's where I go on the weekends, and I was going to replace that job, she didn't want me, the dog, and so I didn't take the job. And then I said, "I'm tired of doing this in-home care." And then the state told me, says, "Well, you haven't worked a facility in up 10 years. You have to do the whole class all over again." Yeah, so I got a job at this nursing home, which is a teacher nursing school. I couldn't even do any care. All I could do was answer bells until the class started. And I would sleep during the class. And they were actually putting the other students with me. I went down then to take my state test in Sacramento. You had to pull 3 cards. I pulled the Heimlich. And when they tell me I passed, they says, "We got a question." I says, "What's the question?" "Have you ever done the Heimlich maneuver before?" "Oh, yeah. I took every patient. I was doing it all the time." "Why?" The instructor who graded me on that said that of all the people who come through there in her career, that I had the best demonstration of the Heimlich.
That's awesome.
But I used to get that in nursing homes. If a patient was dying, I was a lot more attentive. I had a philosophy when I worked nursing homes. No patient of mine is going to die alone. Because a lot of
Yep.
times, most times families don't go. I've had patients ring their bell just because they wanted to talk. And it hurt me, but I'd have to tell them, "Honey, I can't talk to you right now. I'm in the middle of rounds. I, I just can't, but I'll try to get to you later." I hated doing that. If I work peer shift and a patient don't want the shower, okay, you don't have to have your shower. And then they tell me next day, "Oh, I want a shower." I says, "I'm sorry, you got to wait till your shower day. I can't tell somebody else they can't have a shower to give you one. And
Right.
I don't have time to add one." Of course, the registry sent me to this facility. They had to keep me 4 hours because they didn't cancel me. 67-bed facility. Everybody
Mhm.
had to have their vitals taken. I took everybody in that facility that was supposed to get a shower that day. Not only got the showers, but I did an extra shower. I had me a system going. I'd be in there. I says, "Okay, I'm taking her in. You get your patient ready. Shower her real quick because you only got 3 minutes to do a complete shower. Get her, put her in there. Reel her back in there. I said, you dress her. Put her in the bed of her own chair. They would dress her. I go get the next person, take them down.
Mhm.
That's how I'm going to go. What registry you work at? I told them. They couldn't get me because an acute hospital would pre-book me. At the time, I was only working part-time because I was taking care of my late mother's uh, boyfriend of Martin of 20, 30, up to 10 years. Um, my mothers were shocked because when he was dying and we took him off life, turned the machines off and everything, they thought I was going to break down. I don't break down during an emergency. It's afterwards. I didn't cry. I held his hand.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
was
much what
there
happened with my
after he
husband.
passed. To me, walking is so soothing.
Mhm.
So I would just, I didn't want to get in the car with him. I just wanted to be alone and walk and think.
That's
And I was
fair.
mad at his own family. I didn't even know they existed. They didn't show up till he was dying. Thought they were going to get something. They didn't get crap. And I looked at her and says, you ain't getting my grandma's house. I'll burn this. Because he bought my grandma's house. I said, I'll burn this house down. Yes, if you get in the will, I will burn this house down. You're not getting my grandmother's house. He did.
Right.
Everything was, I went after the lawyer and I still going to go after him. It's called the Kinlan Educational Foundation, nonprofit. It is supposed to be for kids from low income family, kids from ghettos to go to school, to college, and they don't have to pay it back. So why was he giving some 80-year-old woman a personal loan out of that money? Why were you taking that money and playing the stock market and lost it all? And I went after him. And I says, I want all. I'm going to report you to the state. I says, I want to know who got the. I made him give me a list of everybody who got it from him, and I said,
Right.
explain to me why this person got um, a scholarship and she's not going to school in California or another state. Well, she was a resident here, and that's. I said, okay, that's fine. And books. I says, where's the rest of the money? That ain't even come to a fraction. Where's the rest of the money? Well, I tried to invest in the stock market. I says, what in the hell? And it didn't go so well. I says, well, number one, why were you investing in that? I don't even think that's in your power. And I says, you've been had your license revoked and gave him the year for something very similar to this. If you were so innocent, why didn't you fight it? He was running scared, and I expect his little partner was in on it.
Mhm.
So I want the baker. I never did get those. I was going to go after him, but he just proved to be too much. And I said, Mother, what's the point? But I had him running scared because no sooner I talked to that it, all of a sudden there was activity on the bank account. Some money started being put back on it. I said, uh-huh. He tried to, the rule is, like I couldn't get a scholarship from him because I'm too close. He had a relative
Right.
that he gave was going to give a scholarship to that he did. He got
Mhm.
called out on that. He got busted because he has an attorney above him. See, there's the attorney that handles it, and there's an attorney that handles him to make sure that everything is. I contacted them. It's when I contacted that attorney and I said, he needs to be audited. This is what's going on. And I said, you've been slacking. And as soon as I did that, all of a sudden, here comes that money back into that account, which
Well,
means he could get it.
that's kind of a prayer answered that that money got back.
Some of it did. And I told him, I says, that lady has been 90 years old for up 10 years. What's up with that? And he kind of hurt himself. He says, oh, no, she's still alive. It was a personal loan. I said, you can't get personal loans out of that money. And it's all
Mm-mm.
in her thing. When she dies, it gets paid back. I said, how do you know? She ain't going to change the law. Oh, because I'm the executive of her estate. He has control over her. I said, uh-huh. Does she even know about the loan? Or you did a loan in her name and pocketed it? I said, how can you do
That looks
this
amazing.
to Martin when you got divorced and you needed a place to live? Martin let you go live in one of his many houses.
Angie, I am reading what you're saying, and I agree, and I'm glad that you're thankful. Um, I'm happy your daughter loved what I made. I
Oh, that's sweet.
that took the thing is I put my heart and my being into my work. And Linda, would you agree when you looked at yours, did I put my heart in it?
Yep.
I put my heart in it. I don't tell people what to do. If they want to keep it, they keep it. If they don't, they don't. Um, it's up to them.
Yeah, I wanted it a giveaway and I forgot all about it. And one day it just showed up. I said, "What this?" I did it unbagging it. I think you could tell I was surprised. I was, oh yeah, rap.
Yeah, and you thought it was actually for our collab, and it wasn't. It was something you won.
Yeah. But see, Rev is one of my Jill too, are one of my first subs. You are sub to me still, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
They are one of my first subs. Esky was, but I don't think Esky. I think Esky unsubscribed to me in that mess a long time ago. I don't think she's. I'm still sub to her, and that's just the thing. When that stuff went down with Sherry, that's when I found out that SK, I guess, was upset about something I had put down there. I didn't take it to YouTube. I went to her and I says, "Hey, can I talk to you? I heard you were upset about something I wrote." Well, yeah, kind of. I says, "Look, if I wrote, I did write that, but it came, I didn't mean it to sound like that. And if you took it like that, I'm very, very sorry. And I hope you forgive me."
Yep.
And we settled it. If we couldn't have settled it, I would just put it unsubscribed. I just wouldn't come on our videos. I just left her alone.
I will tell you one thing about this canvas. The
What?
circles and the diamonds look so alike. It's not funny.
Hey, we got 8 people.
Yeah, we do.
I think it's
7
a
people,
Shay's.
8 people.
Yeah, I think it's because her live is over.
Yeah.
I'll
But
tell
like I
you something
said,
privately later on.
sure. I'm just finishing this right here. I'm trying to finish this whole section here, and I'm done with this square.
Oh, but I'm sure she was crying with tears, Angie. If you don't mind my asking, if it's none of my business, don't hesitate to say none of your business. But what's wrong with? Is something wrong with your daughter? And if it's none of
She
my
was.
business, just say so.
She'll tell. She actually already talked about it in the chat.
I know by my heart tries to see in the chat, so I'm not.
If you want, I can repeat what she said.
Would that be okay, Angie?
It's up to Angie.
If you don't, it's not my business. You can tell me it's not my business. Either way, my heart goes out to your daughter.
We're waiting for her to type something or whatever. Because she did put it in the chat. I can read what it says in the chat.
Okay, just read what's in the chat. If she wants me to know anymore, she'll let me know.
Her daughter was shot
Oh my God.
8 times.
Oh my God. She survived. Please tell me she
Yeah,
survived.
she survives.
Thank
She
God.
survived because she received a lot of things.
They get the guy.
I don't know that part. I didn't read if they got the guy, but yeah,
I hope
the
so.
girl, her daughter was shot 8 times.
Oh my God. I had a stepsister who got murdered by a stalking. There wasn't stalking laws, and he kept stalking her, and he broke into her house, hid under the bed. An old lady called the police. She came home to a note. She called the police. Well, if you're looking for somebody hiding under the bed, in the bedroom, where would you look? Some of the places under the bed.
Under the bed.
They didn't look under the bed where he was hiding. Cops left. She sent her boyfriend out to the car. He came out and stabbed her. Her boyfriend heard a thump. He went running back in. The guy ran and passed him for the bloody butcher knife. They didn't even look for him. He turned himself in. And it turned out he had been in prison because he tried to murder his previous girlfriend. And the only reason he did any time for her death is because he turned himself in. They weren't really looking for him.
No.
Happened today, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
Yep. Did I just mess up here? I'm missing a color.
Yeah, she didn't answer. And you know what? It may be too painful for her to even hear about it. So maybe we better not discuss it. But
Well,
Angie, um, I'm sorry that happened to your daughter. I hope that culprit was caught. I hope he is convicted. And I hope he does time. And she will certainly be in my prayers.
same here. She is in my prayers. What I sent Angie, she was shot 8 times and it was attempted murder. She lost her left eye and it was all in the face, neck, shoulders, and just missed her heart. The doctor said they can't believe that she is alive. Well, the reason why she's alive is probably because Yahweh wants her to live.
Now, is the guy in prison or has it gone to court yet? If it just happened, he's probably still in the system going to court.
No clue.
So I just pray that the jury will see through anything he says.
Mhm.
Often they try to play the victim who was
Oh
shot.
yeah.
And to me, it doesn't matter what a victim has done. That's not justification for murder.
Well, I can give you an example. My husband has an aunt. It was something that happened in the past. People don't really talk about it in his family much. Only thing I'm going to tell you is she was short. She was 5'1", very short woman, and they aimed the gun right at her. They didn't aim the gun over her head. They aimed the gun right at her, aiming for
Oh,
her. But they said they weren't.
well, I tell you, I was 12, 13. My brother had a BB gun. And
Mhm.
we had a fence, and there was a riverbed, and there was a swing. And I was walking by. The kid was on another one, pushed him.
Mhm.
It hit me, knocked me down. I just went home, and my brother, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him, shoot him. I got the BB gun. Now, I didn't tend to really shoot him, but I popped my head over that fence. I shot 3 times. I hit him in the forehead and the shoulders. The cops were called, and they did things different in those days. When the cops
Mhm.
came, I said, well, this is why I did it. And he says, tell me sorry. I ain't telling him I'm sorry. He deserved it. This is what he did. Made the guy apologize to me, took the gun, and that was the end of it.
Mhm.
But my brother talked me into it. My brother was real good at doing that stuff. He got a stink bug one time, and he tried it with me. He told me, "Oh, close your eyes, it's candy," and I went buying it. He told my sister, "I got some candy for you. Open your mouth, close your eyes, and I'll give you the candy." She bought it. She closed her eyes, opened her mouth. He stuck it in there. She crunched down on it. He put her in the clothes dryer one time. Luckily, Mom came out just in time.
Wow.
Oh, honey, I used to beat up my poor sister 2, 3 times a week. We owned property in West Point, California. We went up there. Our parents just let us run wild. We knew it.
Mhm.
How we never got lost, I don't know. And me and my brother, we found like this go kart.
Okay.
That's a mountain highway. You can't go 65, but you go pretty fast down that hill. We got on it. We were past the cars. And I mentioned to look at these cars, a few cars that we did pass.
Jeffrey,
Hi,
can you
Jeffrey.
bring me the charger?
That when we went around the car and boom, seen
Fine.
2 kids, 9 and 8, 9, something like that, on this go kart going faster than a car. You should see my parents' face when they were in the car driving up to come look for us. And all of a sudden, see us going down there. They about had a heart attack. We used to do some crazy stuff. My mother believes in the sliding doors. You put the decals on. We lived in San Jose, and she just cleaned them, right?
Mhm.
And we were going to go to Happy Hollow.
Got it.
She got excited. She took off of a run. She ran straight through that sliding glass door. I mean, straight through it till she was on the other side, and then it kind of knocked her out, and she started bleeding really heavy from the forehead. Of course, we're sitting in the back car, and Dad, he was driving so fast. A cop saw that she was bleeding, wanted to give us an escort, but he couldn't catch up with us. And me and Tim said, "Is she gonna die? Is she gonna die? Is she gonna die?" And we got to the hospital. Finally, the cop pulls up and he says, "Sir, I'm
There it is.
not gonna give you a ticket. I know you had an emergency because I could see it in the car." He says, "I wasn't trying to stop you. I was trying to catch up with you, get ahead of you to give you an escort to the hospital." He was wanting to get
Aw.
ahead of him and put his sirens on to clear. He wasn't waiting. He wasn't going to slow down and let the cop do that. As far as he's concerned, his daughter was hurt and he was going.
Yep.
And okay, she says on November 2nd, she was working at a gas station and was robbed, and she was going to testify against the person, but they tried to silence her for a few days before court. November 2nd would be 1 year, and her son's birthday is November 5th. She fought to stay alive for her son. It seemed like he would get more charged that you just attempted murder, also tampering with a witness. I would think.
Mhm.
If it's been a year, has it been through court? Did he get convicted?
Not yet.
Not yet. And it's
Not
been a
yet.
year.
Yeah.
They're stalling.
Yep. Probably.
Tell her daughter just to be extra careful when it comes towards trial, because I'm not trying to scare you, Angie, but who's to say somebody with family won't try it? Okay, so just just tell her to be extra careful.
Mhm.
You know, if when it comes to trial, you may tell the district attorney and say, "Hey, I'm worried that they will try to keep me from testifying. Um, could I have a police escort? Could the police drive around my house more often, in my workplace more often? Get cameras if you can. They're inexpensive from Amazon. And get a gun. Tell your daughter to get a gun. Go buy a gun, take some lessons on it, get it licensed, and keep a loaded gun out of the reach of the child, but where she can get at it if
Mhm.
somebody wants to break in. You got to do something on that to avoid a couple of years for robbery. Seriously, you don't get that much time for robbing somebody. Okay, so he's in prison for something else. They charged him with first degree attempted murder, but they didn't charge him with tampering with the witness too. They probably thought that that was the most serious charge. They'll probably try to plead bargain it. I hope the district attorney explains why she was shot, and that if he were to get out of prison, that he might try to finish the job.
I'm going to let everyone know I will not be on tomorrow. The reason why I will not be on tomorrow is that Linda is
I
not
gotta go
going to
for a
be
medical
on
MRI.
tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
So
normal.
what will
What about
the
my?
reason sorry. The reason I'm on as late as we are is because that way it hits hers and mine at the same time.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you, Linda? That's why
Yeah.
it's a little bit longer than normal.
Yes, it is.
It's only because she won't be on tomorrow, so I won't be on tomorrow on my channel.
Yeah, but aren't we going to do that on another day to make up for it?
Yeah, we can. Um,
Are you finished? Let me ask you something. Um,
sure.
you and I can't pronounce collab.
Koala
Clover.
crafts.
Yeah, yes. Are you
We
just
are
about finished
finished.
with? You're finished.
As
Well,
far as
why
I
don't you
know,
do
we are finished or we're
Sunday on
finishing on
mine?
my or we're finishing on my Thursday.
Okay, when you finish for the following week, the rest of the time, instead of doing it back to back and have to sit up back to back, why don't we do it Sunday on my channel and then the day you were doing it with her on your channel?
Sure. We can do that.
Yep.
That's fine with me.
Oh,
I am so happy with how this came.
over 4 million? Oh, he ain't getting out for a while. This serious. Oh, well, he's in prison for something else that was probably placed on there so that if he goes to get released prior to trial, he'll still be in there because he won't be able to post the bond.
This is almost
I'm
done.
glad they forgot from her, but if there were somebody in plan, why aren't they being charged? Also,
Oh, this is looking so beautiful. Sorry, I'm talking about my beautiful painting.
you know what? The
Huh?
cop, the district attorney might be wanting to use that as leverage to get him convicted. Then and say, okay, if you will tell us who's involved, so we can charge him, we'll give you just a little bit less time. That way, and then he tells on them, and then they will get in trouble. They will also be charged with the same charge. Lots of times they know it, but they'll hold it as leverage because maybe they can't prove it and they need him to cough it up and confess to it.
Yep, that's purple.
But if I was your daughter, I would ask why the people who were plan who helped plan it, why weren't they charged? And don't be nice about it.
Hmm.
Oh, they're trying to get more to charge him all. Yeah, they may talk to him and try to bargain with him. Like, um, we'll give you life out parole with parole rather than life without parole if you'll give up their information. And you might have to settle for that in order to get them too. Well, I'm going to say some prayers that they will get them all.
Mm-hmm.
But take my word for it. You need to keep on the district attorney. Don't let him um, slip through the corners.
Nope.
Because the more you pressure them, the more they're going to try. You know, you don't want to be meek. You know, I went after the VA. If I'd been meek, they wouldn't have gotten in trouble. They got in trouble because I pressured them. Yeah. I messaged the Obama. I called the White House. I've talked to personally. I've talked to congressmen about it. I put enough pressure, although they weren't fired, which I didn't want them fired. I just wanted them in trouble, and they got in trouble. And almost 10 years later, they still remember
Mm-hmm.
me. They still remember me. They
Mm-hmm.
still remember me. Like I said, I can be real nice, but I can be a real bitch. And I felt like that day when my husband laid in that emergency room and said, VA betrayed me, VA betrayed me. And I told him, I said, I don't know if I can get him, but I'll never stop trying. And I
And you
got
won.
that. And if I ran into another congressman tomorrow, I'd be telling it again.
Mhm.
I did want the emergency room doctor fired. And I told the dick that I said, hey, I want him fired. He gave him a medicine that he knew would turn him not only senile, but actually make his cancer go faster than it would if he had not had it when he knew he was on that study. And it
Mhm.
acted. And I'll send you the link. I got the whole story if you are interested, because I used to have a YouTube channel called Parrot for Life. I don't have much on there. Um, but I do have the story of the dealings with VA and what had happened.
Mhm.
I can send you the link because it's in. I have it. I can click on that video, get the link to it, send it to you. See, because I forgot the password to it, so I had to make a new YouTube channel. And I got stories of a little dog that was a rescue that been mistreated for 9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 10, so he didn't trust anybody but women. And I had to be careful with him because he would bite a man, and he has bit the son of the woman who adopted him originally.
Mhm.
He found his mother unresponsive, went to do CPR. Poor Sammy didn't understand. When he went to do it, Sammy thought, oh, he's hurting her, and went up and bit him.
Smart dog.
Oh, yeah. I was homeless at the time, and I was living in a RV. I had the dog, and there was this guy, and I don't know what it was, but he tried to start crap, and he was locking my window because here comes Sammy from the back seat, baring his teeth ground. And I says, you're lucky I don't roll this window down because this dog is going to bite you. And the dog would have bit him.
What's kind of sad is a lot of people who say that their dogs are there to help protect them and everything. Some people will actually turn that dog in, saying that this dog viciously bit them when they're
Well,
actually trying to protect
let me teach
someone.
you. I don't know how it is in Australia, but here in the United States, they recognize somebody may claim it. They recognize the dog may bite in self-defense, and they
Mhm.
allow 3 bites before they determine that they're a vicious dog. They give them 3 chances. The fourth bite that gets reported, that's when they confiscate the dog and it's put down as a vicious dog. The only exception of this is if a dog actually mauls somebody and kills somebody.
Mhm.
But they'll, well, she's beautiful anyways. And if a guy can't,
You have a blessed evening, Cranes.
yeah, love you, girl. Because you know what? It's what's inside. And if he would only like her for her looks, what's that say about him?
Exactly.
What's that say about him? Because let me tell you something. A man will love her, and he ain't gonna love her for her looks. He gonna love her for her, for the person
Mhm.
she is.
And that's pretty much how it was for me on my husband. Um, I when Jeff got me as his wife, um, I was so I don't know how the word is. I was so very low on myself all the time, and Jeff's just been encouraging me and uplifting me, and now I can actually stand on my own 2 feet with no problems. But I was so downtrodden originally, and Jeff has just helped lifting me up, if that makes sense. And and when I say so low, as in, I'll give you a good example. One time I was washing dishes and I accidentally dropped a plate. And I broke down sobbing, expecting him to yell at me. That's what I expected. I expected because that's what's been happening to me all my life. So I expected him to yell at me. But instead, he goes, Riv, are you okay? Yes. Okay. Um, are you hurt? No. And he saw me completely cowering. I mean, literally cowering because I was hit when I was younger. I was, you know, the abuse stopped when I married this man. But, anyways, he asked me, he's like, are you okay? It's just a plate. You don't have to worry about it. I'm here for you. And he just literally put me in his arms and hugged me and said, I love you.
She's engaged now to a good person. See, he loves her for her. He saw her for her.
Yeah.
He saw past any disfigurement. He saw past the scars.
Mm-hmm.
Saw.
And that's what matters is they love you for you. They love you for you. If they don't love you for you, then or they don't love you if the man loves the woman for them, it won't matter if they're
Exactly.
scarred
My
up.
first husband, let me tell you something. We used to be called Mutt and Jeff because I'm tall and he's short. He was short and he was premature bald. And he was not an attractive man. And if it weren't for his stupid drinking, he's a good person. He just couldn't stay away from the alcohol.
So I got this whole square done. It's done.
Well, you know what? I started working sideways. Let me move some of this stuff.
But I'm showing you it's
Oh,
done.
shit. Please
What?
don't make me crawl under the. Oh, thank God it didn't break. Clumsy, aren't I? The side to make it easier in filming.
Yeah.
I've got. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
That is looking amazing.
I got to move everything. Oops.
I'll start working on that later.
Um,
But
I got all this bottom done. I got to
uh-huh.
put the drills that have come off and replace them.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to use glue. I got up here. I got this section done here, and I'm working on here. And then
Yeah.
I just got this up here to do, and a little bit up here, and across here, and it's
Yeah.
done. And you know, like I was telling you earlier, I went
Yes.
through. I'm real bad at starting. Really, really bad. I get a painting and I can't wait to start it, and then I find it's too confusing for me. I end up don't liking it, and it
Yeah.
goes in its shelf, and it gets dirty behind here, and then um, I went through them. I threw half of them away.
Yeah. I'm aiming it to the next one. I am starting my last square on this panel, which is awesome. Not
I'm
the last
definitely
square on not the last square on the diamond painting, just the last square on this panel
I'm
of
definitely
diamond.
about ready to cuss here in a minute. Where you go? We'll put you right there. Popping drills.
Mine's not popping.
Mine is. And I don't understand why. I think it's the glue.
Well, it is mounted film, so it might possibly be popping. So I'm just starting at the bottom so it's not sticky.
Yeah, I will fix that when I get down. I'll fix that after I finish the whole thing. I probably have to use that one little glue, put a glue in there, and then put the drill on top of it to get them to stick.
Mhm. So what we'll do is this Thursday, which is the last Thursday for me on Koala Craft, I will
Uh-huh.
be doing the drawing at that time for uh on the video, and whoever wins um the TSA, and I'll send that to Rachel
I
for
feel bad
this
nobody's
beautiful.
answering on her channel.
It's really
I went back and
frustrating me
answered on
because I'm
mine.
like, I've answered on, the thing is, I kept saying, you guys need to answer her channel. You need to go on her channel and, tell people what you like or what you don't like or things like that. Anything, because we didn't
Well, they
originally
still
have.
have to answer on yours or answering hers too.
Yeah. Well, she told me it doesn't matter that she just left. She left a TSA. Long story short, I don't know the real reason why, but um, all I know is that a lot of people have been leaving TSA. Not sure why. Um,
Tell you why? She had too many affiliates, and so that when you have that many affiliates, they're cutting into each other.
mm,
Because you could show it on your channel doesn't mean they're going to use
oh,
your
I know.
and they go to somebody else. So you're actually competing with other affiliates.
Well, I'll tell you, I had one person. I bought now because I had that beautiful menorah for the Hanukkah blessings, or the Hanukkah's blessing.
Mhm.
Um, because she made it because of my inspiration, she's given anyone who buys the Hanukkah's blessing is actually helping me a little bit because I'm the one who was the inspiration for that Hanukkah's blessing. And
Well,
I,
it's nice when somebody a store listens. I had bought a tray.
mhm,
The person had the logo on it, but it was inside. Well, when I posted the review on Ecstasy, I said I love the tray. The only issue I see is you got your logo inside the thing. It would be nice to be on the outside. She actually read that and now she puts it on the outside and she sent me a little package. I did a YouTube video on it because I couldn't figure it out. And
mhm,
she said, I didn't know you had a channel it was Tiggs. I know it wasn't Tiggs. Anyways, she said, I didn't know you had, yeah, it was Tiggs. I didn't know you had a channel. And I read that, and you were an inspiration for me changing that. So I just wanted to send you something nice since you were the inspiration.
mhm. Well, I'm gonna let everyone know that when I do prizes or anything, because of the fact that I can only do it when I get paid. If I can't do it when I get paid, and right now trying to start a business has been really pushing me kind of not over the wall, but you know what I mean. Um, Please be patient. I know you guys won. I have not forgotten. I have you all written down. Trust me on that. You see, here's a good example. Ask Linda. She didn't know. She forgot she had won something,
Yeah, it was months late. Be honest, it was. I think it
and
was.
she did receive it. I told her she would receive it, and she did receive it. When I tell
Well, I
someone I'm
didn't bug
going to
you.
do,
I thought, because when I won it, because I remember now, and it did come in and it didn't come. I says, oh well, maybe she couldn't do it, and she's just too afraid to say something to me because I really didn't know you then.
yeah.
Says maybe, and she's afraid to tell me. I just not gonna say nothing.
You
And then
see, I couldn't do it at the exact time that everyone's, winning these beautiful things from me.
well, that's why I do. why my giveaways are monthly is
Yeah.
because I know I can't do it till I get paid.
Yeah.
Is so I caught it on the last night, the month.
Mhm.
That's when I do the winner.
And that's what I'm doing now is I have a Patreon. I need to make something for her because she's at her 6th month. She just been with me for 6 months, and she's getting a free. This is one thing about my Patreons. If you're on the koala tier, you once every 6 months you get a handmade item from me for free.
And it's not expensive to join it.
No, it's she pays
And wait a minute.
$10 for mine.
And wait. She put. Uh, I think she meant I will be putting it on a wall. The words are from a song. Okay, I got to stroll up to find out what she's talking. So busy, we're not paying attention. I'm work. Okay.
Yeah, but I am getting close to the time where I have to get going myself because we
What
might
do you
have
mean by I'm
mail.
working on a wall in my room and it's going to be gorgeous after I get it all done. I have two black and white with a pop of red diamond paintings. Oh, diamond paintings done. And I have another one unboxed to do. I'll be
Oh,
putting it on the wall. Oh, okay.
I didn't even tell you. I got a new diamond painting coming from.
November 14th will be my 2 years on YouTube.
Congratulations.
I'm going to put down uh, my Facebook group for small channels. I hope you join because when I get enough, and I'm stealing this from other YouTubers, to do those interviews,
Mhm.
I'm going to pick a small channel. I will get through everybody and put them on here. And I'm going to ask them questions. How did you find, get into diamond painting? How did you discover it? If you have a business, when did you start your business? Is it on an ecstasy shop? Are you doing a web? Let talk about and stuff like this to get them out, word out. So join the group because I will be posting on there because there's only 5 people. As soon as I get a few more people in there, I will be putting up a post because I'm still working on it. Also, if you join, I do have a contest on there. It is pinned because I'm looking for two things. I'm looking for a design to put on top. I'm looking to put it on my thumbnail on my channel.
Well, it depends on what you need to talk to me later on about it, and I can probably make something on GIMP for you.
Well, I know, do it on my Facebook and enter the contest.
Oh, I'll enter the contest. It's just I need to get a kind of an idea of what type of
And the
design
group,
you want.
okay, in the group, because the ones down there don't really have anything to do with the group name. The group name
Mhm.
is Small Crafters Lounge. And I want the design to kind of represent that. And on my channel, it's Dreamer Craft Corner. And I
Mhm.
want something that looks kind of goes with the name, like you're dreaming or something.
Oh, I have an idea of what to do on that one. I have yeah, I got. Well, you've seen some of my banners, like the one banner I have with my dolphin. I made that. It says Rivka's Craft Corner on the very top, and I made that banner. That was made by me, and that's by a picture I took of a dolphin in Gold Coast. And that is Subway, by the way. That's the name of the dolphin is Subway. But I love working, like I said, I'm an artistic person. I love working on different type of things.
I'm not. I can't draw for crap. A
Now I
8-year-old
can't
can draw better than me.
I can only draw to a point. I mean, I sketch. I love sketching. And my husband can tell you he's seen my sketches. He's like, "You're really good at what you do." But the thing is, I don't know how to paint. and I'm learning how to do paint by number. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be. I'm thinking about maybe painting in some of my sketches, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
But we'll see.
Popping drills, popping drills, popping drills.
I'm so sorry you're having popping drills. Have you talked to
No,
uh
I'm not going to.
Rachel about it because she
Nope,
could probably take care of it.
nope. We're doing the collab, and it's no big deal. When I get it done, I just put my podge on it.
Okay, I'm just saying you
I
could
think
let
it's
her
because
know.
her square drills are so much better and it's tight fitting. I've noticed on good square drills, you might, because they are so tight fitting, you can have an issue with popping drills.
You too. Have a great night, Polar Bear. And seriously, I do need to get going also.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
am
Now the
so glad.
question is, we'll repeat. What's your
What
favorite weather?
what is your favorite weather? And you
Mine.
do sorry.
What is yours?
My favorite weather is the thunder and lightning. I love watching lightning storms.
And mine is heat, sunshine, the sun. Just put sun, sunshine. It'll pass.
Yep. And you also write down what is your favorite weather too. So,
Oh,
it,
okay.
yeah, I would like to know what their favorite weather is. So, even but knowing what we like in our weather is also uh passable. Um like I said, I like thunderstorms. I like look well, I don't like the thunder when it booms, but I love the thunderstorm as in watching lightning storms, especially in the cloud. Ever seen lightning inside a cloud? It's
Yeah.
so beautiful. It's
I
so
still don't like.
beautiful.
I don't like rain. I don't like thunder.
I don't really like the
I
thunder
wish it stayed
part.
summer all along. And it'd be nice if it never rained again. But unfortunately, we have to have rain.
We do for the
I do love
plant.
the rainbow. I think you know why.
Yeah, because Yahweh created the rainbow.
Ah, that was after he flooded the earth, and he made a promise to
Yep.
humans that he would never. He didn't say he would flood part of the earth. He said he would never flood
Flood
the whole
all the earth
earth. And as
again.
a sign of this, column that he made the rainbow,
Yep.
and that when you see the rainbow, that is his reminder of
Promise.
that promise.
When you see a rainbow, it's a reminder that Yahweh will never flood the earth again. I mean the whole earth. I mean the whole earth,
Somebody
not
asked,
just.
said to me, he says, "Well, if God really flooded the whole earth, then where did the water go when it receded? It'd have to have some place to recede."
Well,
I
when you
said,
think about
"No,
it,
wait, wait,
when
wait,
you
wait." This is what I told him. I says, "If you think about it, in the time of Noah, wasn't really too long after Adam and Eve were booted out of Eden.
Mhm.
So there wasn't that many people. It would not have been necessary for God to flood all the earth. When he said he flooded all the earth, he's talking about where all the people were. You know what I mean? Where
Mhm.
all
But
the humans were, he flooded that area. And then he made
well,
that
they
promise.
were everywhere actually because they started scattering. A lot of them started scattering around.
Yeah.
And they have, and you know, all these things about fossil fuels and stuff like that. All those fossil fuels that everyone's talking about is actually all those dead animals from the flood.
Right. But the water had to have flood somewhere.
Yep.
And if the whole earth 100% was flooded, there would have been nowhere for the water to receive.
Well, when you think of it,
And
when you
how can there be Adam and Eve? How do you explain dinosaurs? Well, I says, when he said 7 days in the sun, could be far different than it was today. You know, one day in Adam and Eve might have been 2,000 years, and then it was the next day. We don't know that because the Bible doesn't specify. He just says he created night for and day to separate the from days. But we don't know, and could have been dinosaurs. And when he went to kick out Adam and Eve, of course, he had to get rid of the dinosaurs. And a lot of those dinosaurs never became extinct. Your alligator, you can trace it back to so-called prehistoric time. And other than size, it has not evolved. It's the same way it was then. Um, Look at our modern tigers, and then look at the saber-toothed tiger. Only real difference that I see is a saber-toothed tiger had that long tooth that came out.
Long canine.
That came out. Your lions
But they
today,
do have
well,
the lions, and they actually prove that they're still alive. The lions that they were talking about, they're
I think
still
they're not
alive.
evolved. If you look, okay, like the elephant, look at the prehistoric elephant, look at the elephant of today. The elephant prehistoric had a lot of fur, probably because they were in a cold area, and as the earth started to warm up or things went on, they started shedding that. They'd have babies who had born less hair until they became the elephant today. Because if you go pet a true elephant, they still have some hair on them. It's baby fine like, but they still have it. And I believe the elephant today is the same elephant that they had in prehistoric time. I think they evolved. A lot of these evolved. In fact, scientists have shown your modern day birds, they believe actually evolved from dinosaurs. Okay? And as far as their explanation of the earth, God said he made the earth. 7 days said it had water. He didn't actually discuss the process. So just saying the earth was created by this process doesn't exclude what Jesus said. All the Bible says, because the Bible says that when you open it up, and I believe the earth was already here because it was dark and stuff. It indicates to me that the earth was here. It was nothing. It may have been all water. It may have been nothing because the first day he went there, he rose the land from the water. So I think he made the earth different from what it was. And I think Adam and Eve's days, they could have been in at Eden for thousands of years, as far as we know. Okay, we don't know. All we know, according to the Bible, that one day Eve ate off that plate. And I don't know why everybody thinks it's specifically, that's kind of a myth, that it's apple. All we know it is some kind of fruit he told them not to eat.
Actually, when you think about it, all the fruit trees we have on here can't possibly be the one that she ate from. My husband kind
Okay,
of brought
yeah, I
that up.
tend to agree that saying it's the apple, um, he ate of it. I don't know if I would have punished her because I feel that Adam and Eve, they didn't know what sin was. They didn't understand this. The devil could be deceiving, take a different form. Okay? So she could have been gullible. But God said you were to obey him. They didn't even realize they were naked.
No, they didn't.
They didn't lust. Now, somebody asked, what, did they have sex? I don't know. Had Adam and Eve not ate that, would we all be living in? And
In Eden? We
yeah,
don't know.
we don't know. Or would it just been them? I don't think so. I don't think they were going to live forever because there was a tree of life, and he decided to kick them out before they ate from that tree of life. Otherwise, they would live forever. But Noah and all of them, they lived for almost 1,000 years lifespan at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe God had to make more people because when Adam and Eve had kids and the kids got married, if they married their brothers and sisters, you would have had Down syndrome and all this other stuff. There had to be someone, he had to make more people. And the other issue, when the two brothers were into it, and the one was jealous over the other, and he did what he did, and God went to punish him and kick him out, make him a wanderer. The words he said. So, well, but God, you put too much punishment, because wherever I go, people will know and they will attack me. So he made it a thing. He says, if anybody attacks him and kills him, their punishment would be 3 times, basically. Okay, so that indicated to me God had to put other people around for them to marry in other places, or he would had no fear about wandering forever, because he knew there would be nobody to attack him. We just don't know. It's like, the Bible was written, it was inspired by God. So when you come to the Old Testament, you are having things that were told verbally from family to family from the beginning of time. And it is proven you could have an event, 6 different people see it, 6 people will see stuff the other person didn't see, and details. That's why when you go in the New Testament, you got Luke, John, and there. God recognized this. He had him right. And if you read each one added something more that they heard. They didn't go past him. So they may not have put great detail in it. When Jesus came upon the woman and she says, it's too late, he's dead. I don't believe he was dead, because of what Jesus said afterward to her. He says, he is not dead, but he sleepeth. If you look at medical things at that time, they want to know what a coma is. If you would have looked at them, oh, well, if Jesus would have said, he's not dead, he's just in a coma. They would have looked at him.
Here's another example.
This is what I mean. A coma? What's that? So he talked to them in simple terms that they could understand. And that's why he used the word sleepeth instead of coma. And he went in there and he rose him up from the coma. And he said, immediately feed him, because he'd been in that coma for that length of time. And that's what I think really happened. Was it a miracle? Yes. God took somebody, he was in a coma, that was dying, and would have died had Jesus not come. Jesus knew that. He had every intention of being there in time. He wasn't worried about it. He knew he could raise him up from a coma. Had he actually been dead, and for the length of time that they were claiming, decay would have set in, and brain damage, all that. Interesting book to read, actually written by this guy who did not believe in Jesus. He was an atheist. He's not an atheist anymore. He works for God. He actually went out to try to prove God wasn't real, that he was a fragment of your imagination.
And what he found out is that Yahweh is very real.
He talked to preachers. He even talked to medical doctors to explain, okay, if Jesus died on the cross, why did he die so quick? And the doctor said, well, according to the Bible, he was tortured and all this. The time that they put him on the cross, his body would have been in shock. It would have been like this. So yes, he would have died in minutes.
Well, what really happened is he died of a broken heart. He died of a broken heart.
No, I believe it's medical. He went through all that. They tortured him.
Oh, I know.
And tortured him. And if you're going to go through that kind of, and remember, he's in human form, not spiritual form that he is now, but in human form. So he would suffer the very same illnesses, desires, everything that human. And if you would have put a human through that kind of torture, it would have put their bodies in shock. It would have put them up to that. Okay? I think that when Jesus came down, he was trying to teach people. And when he got on the cross, if had he not said the words he said, I think we'd all be destined to hell. Okay?
Mhm.
He was trying to teach people so they would turn and live like they were supposed to and go to heaven as the way they did at that time. Instead, Jesus says, God, know, they don't know what they do. And basically asked to forgive them. The very first Christian was nothing but a common criminal because there was another one dying on the cross with him that took days longer. And he he says, remember me. And Jesus says, from this day forward, I will remember you. And they went to show medically how a person would die so quick on the cross that tried to lift up so they could breathe. At a certain time, they couldn't. And eventually, they just couldn't. And they suffocated. Being on the cross itself didn't kill you because it was just stakes in your hands and your feet. That didn't kill you. It was suffocation because you couldn't hold your head up.
Mhm.
Had they put a thing around your head, you could have, and just gave you food, water, you could have lived up there forever. But the medical part, he went to explain if somebody was dying on the cross, what would occur, why the person who was um, done at that time,
Mhm.
why that would happen. He actually saw the books of original writings of Jesus, and
Mhm.
that explained why were certain books left out in the translation. And the translation, if they made one mistake in this primitive writing they had, they would throw it away. And what they included was everything that was said prior to Jesus being hung on the cross and what occurred immediately after. Letters and stuff that was written, that was actually written longer, they discarded, they don't consider it a word of God because it was written so far after and it was letters, their opinion, their interpretation. So those were not included. The only thing that was included that was definitely from God, from Jesus, the Old Testament, the New Testament, the hanging, him coming when he rose from the dead,
Mhm.
and he met the woman, and which was a prostitute actually. Mary Magdalene. Yeah, Mary Magdalene, which was a prostitute, and told her to go over there. And why would God do that? Well, you look at women in that day. Women couldn't hold jobs. They were
Mhm.
very low. A woman, only two choices in those times: prostitution or marriage. That's why marriage was so important. And that's why during Egypt, the law was if a man died and the farmer had harvested their wheat, some of it would fall on the ground. They couldn't stop the widows from harvest going back and picking this up to make bread. It was legal for them to do. It was accepted for them to do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But this book goes all into this and everything else. At the end of the book, he turned his life over to Jesus.
I'm gonna
Accepted.
ask, is it called Who Turned the Stone, right? It's the one that's called,
No,
Who
his book. It's all in his book, A Case for Christ.
Case for Messiah. Okay.
It's called The Case for Christ. He wrote it, and he explained everything. It was really broken up on how he became a Christian, uh, when he went to how he was going out to prove God wasn't, and the evidence he found ended up finding, and at the end of the book, he came to the conclusion that yes, God had to exist, and that yes, it was possible for Jesus to die on the cross within minutes,
Mhm.
within minutes of being hung. because it described why a person who was crucified, what actually killed him on the cross. Because in those times when they nailed you to the cross, you could live for a few days, but the person would explain the organs and the head not be able to be up, and they would pull their head up so they could breathe, but that eventually the muscles couldn't do it no more, exhaustion, and then they would end up suffocating.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I love the book. It could be very technical, yeah, technical. With these dentures, some words I can't say, but
That's fine.
it's really a must read.
Yeah. Well, Linda, I think it's
I think we've
time.
been on here what? How long now?
We've been on for quite a while, so I think it's time for us to get going. Thank you so much for watching us.
And I want to thank my boyfriend for being patient and not interfering and allowing us to go live for 3 hours and 45 minutes and 44 seconds.
Well, praise
Has
the
anybody ever
King.
gone live this long? I don't think so. Anyway,
No, go.
I will say happy diamond painting. I will catch you later. Be sure to comment below the video. Be sure to subscribe to the both of us. Rev?
And many blessings and shalom on my end. And remember to comment, because once you get comment, you will be put on a wheel, and on for both prizes. You'll be on Linda's and you'll be on mine. So mine is the TSA, which is this beautiful diamond painting that we're working on. Oh no, not this diamond painting, the $50 gift card. I have to remember, Koala Crafts is the diamond painting. Yours is the $50 gift card. um. Anyways, back to what I was saying. And the other one is whatever diamond painting over around $60. You said, from
Yeah.
Craftably from Linda.
Okay, bye, Rev.
Bye. Many blessings, guys, and shalom for me.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Now, if I can remember. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.